good evening, good afternoon, good morning, or something like that. How is everybody doing today?
What was that?
That was me pretty much almost getting myself canceled on my own show by not putting my phone on mute. But other than that,
fair enough.
If it's not amateur hour on a kid's show, where else is it going to be, right, baby?
At first, it sounded like a hotline to the animal farm of some sort.
Well, that is my ringtone. Some of them are cuddly, those little goats. They cannot get away. Welcome back to another episode of Kuv The Kang, folks. Thank you again for joining us this week. My man right there, Kuvs, how you doing, big guy? You good?
Right back at you, doing well, mate.
Great to see you as always. We got some special guests joining us today, but we're going to start off. It is a very important day today in history, of course. As we know, it is the 21st anniversary today of September 11th. Unfortunately, I believe it was close to 3,000 people. If the number is correct, 2,977 people unfortunately perished in that tragic event of that day. So we would like to, our thoughts and prayers are with our friends and family in the States, anywhere in the world that were affected by that tragic event, and those that have fallen, God willing, you're resting in peace. And of course, there was another event that is more prominent to you guys over in the UK there, Kuvs. That happened this week as well.
Yeah, certainly. Somber week, really, with the Queen passing away. Despite the fact most people like myself who believe in a republic, so we're not really royalists, but the Queen did represent something. She was the figurehead for the country. She's overseen the whole of my lifetime. And that stood for something. She was always there with a sense of dignity and calm when the country was tearing itself apart over different issues. She was seen as a source of strength for an awful lot of people, and she will be missed by a lot. And end of the day, it's sad to see anybody going. They've got friends and loved ones, and when you're the Queen, you've got a lot of people looking up to you as well. It's sad times for a lot of people. Sad times.
100%. And I appreciate you saying it the way you did. You know, the fact that you're a Republican, but it still affects a lot of people. It doesn't matter if you support her or not. At the end of the day, she was a very prominent person in the world. Not just your average everyday Joe kind of thing. So it is a very sad day. But, as with us in our culture, we celebrate anything over the age of 80. So 96, what a remarkable life to live. And the things that she saw in one lifetime, we probably wouldn't see in 100 lifetimes. So wherever she may end up, hopefully she'll be with Philip, resting at peace. But we did put together a little tribute there for our friends and family that are mourning the passing of dear Queen Elizabeth, and just something we want to share with you guys. Yeah. Let's do it.
Go right ahead.
All right, sir. Well, folks, thank you. Hopefully you appreciate it. Enjoyed that there, a little tribute to the Queen. But this is Kuv and the Kang. And this is where we like to mess around a little bit, have a little bit of fun. And as you can see, we went from Kuv and the Kang and added another man legend into the mix. The man himself, Benny Kauffman. The cough is in the house. Can you smell what he's brewing, folks? Can you smell what the cough is brewing? Welcome, Benny. How you doing, brother?
Doing all right. Been a very strange weekend, a very somber end to the week, which started off quite well, going through a little bit of health issues again at the moment, but enjoying the weekend and just chilling out. And then I get to spend the evening with a couple of my favourite people. So it's always going to be a fun evening. And then
we'll try not to keep you too long then.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Right. I see that. Yeah.
Oh, he's talking about us, Kuv?
Yeah.
He's talking about you and me.
Always talking about you, fellas. Who do you think I am? But yeah, it's been a good weekend.
Yeah.
Chilled out, having some drinks, and then having a bit of fun.
Well, no, it's good that you say that because we've got a lot of people that, of course, friends of ours in the football community that are a little bit upset with the cancellations of the games and everything. But at the end of the day, well, we're past that now. So the games would have been played or not played. Doesn't matter. We're at the end of the day. So we don't have scores to bring you, but we do have some interesting things that happened around. There's some comments in the news and everything.
We have another interesting guest at some point as well, don't we?
We do. Do you think we might want to introduce him now, or do you want to bring it? Is he ready?
I don't know.
Is he ready? I don't know. Is he giving the thumbs up back there? He's giving the sexiness look. He's giving the sexy eyes.
I think that was a nod of.
I think that's the nod of. You know what? I think.
That's a man that knows it's time to come.
I think it's. Yeah. Hey, we haven't hit 10 minutes yet. Hold on now. Can't have Ayaz before 10 minutes. But speaking of Ayaz, Kuvs, go ahead. I think he's waiting for you to push his buttons, baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
We shall bring on the Resonator.
And look at
that. It's
wow.
Like
it's
smoking, baby. You're smoking, baby. Welcome, Resi. Shelf Side Spurs is in the house. How you doing?
What's up?
Good.
Good to see you, lads. How you doing?
Fantastic, man. Great to see you. Great to see you, buddy. We've got a couple of people already joining us in the chat. We'll just say hello quickly. Moondog's here already. Mark is here. Great to see you. Mark, how you doing, buddy? Stuart, of course. Good evening. Good evening. And then Nippin's already here as well. Big up, Nippin. How you doing, buddy? So good to see you all. Good to see you all. How are you guys feeling today? Odd. Yeah. No football today. A little bit of a.
Yeah.
But you got to watch rugby, right?
I could watch.
I know Ben. I know Ben loves rugby.
I could watch some rugby, but there is always the alternative of smearing my bollocks with fish paste and dangling them in a pool of hungry piranhas. So there's that toss
followed by sriracha.
Yeah. You know, so it's one or the other. It's rugby or genital torture. So because I
all before the 10-minute mark.
Yeah. You know, I you can see the horns. Of the dilemma that I was on.
Yeah.
We got our friend Nippin asking. He's a Chelsea fan over there from NS Sports. He's asking if you join. Nippin, yeah, of course, buddy. You could definitely join us today. Just give us about the first 20 minutes, half hour to get going here, and then I'll send you over the link, buddy. And you definitely come on and share your thoughts regarding anything that you see over in Chelsea world. And Stuart saying hello to you there. So let's get on with the first topic here. I don't know if you guys saw much of this over there. I don't know if it's just media bullshit or it was just basically Snow News Day, other than just writing about one certain event. So I saw this in the news today, and curious to see what your guys' interpretation of what was said over there. On our end over here, the news article that I read basically said that Dyer was overly impressed with the way Richarlison has kind of come into the squad, the way he's been training, the attitude that he's had, his commitment, his energy, the shithousery, of course, all of us appreciate. But he's saying he's basically added another element to the squad that was almost missing, and the way he's wording it to me. Was there anything on your guys' end in over in the UK regarding this article, or was there any kind of rumors, anything said really? Did you guys hear any grumblings around there?
I think I was too busy watching the new Pinocchio movie to have seen it. But
I remember Dyer talking about the sort of signings in general earlier in the transfer window. But I haven't heard anything else other than that. Seems Ben's agreeing that.
Yeah. I mean, Pinocchio was good.
Well, it might have been Pinocchio who wrote this article. Who knows, right? It might just, like I said, just be media lies, right? So slow news day. But I you know,
it's not very surprising. It's not very surprising. I mean,
okay.
I as I said after the Marseille game, I want Richarlison to have my babies. He's wonderful.
Whoa, wait.
You know?
I thought I was first in line for that.
I thought
after you.
For that.
After you. There's plenty of res to go around.
Oh, okay.
It's fine.
Rez is going to take over the world with his babies. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. It's all part of my cunning plan.
What plan?
Yeah, I mean, my cunning plan.
Oh, cunning. N. Oh, okay. That was an N.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
I have a cunning plan.
Oh, now Ben said it too.
Now, look, I mean, listen, is there really anyone who doesn't love Richarlison now?
Exactly.
I can't think of any, to be honest.
Not Nottingham Forest, they don't.
No,
no,
and maybe Everton because he left them, right? So
yeah.
No, Everton fans for him. I know a few. I've got the pleasure of knowing a few Evertonians around this part, and they all adore him. They just said,
yeah,
they all adore him because he's just one of the things they said is Richarlison will fight for you on the stands. He understands what it's like to be a normal person, and he will fight for you. And that's why Richarlison is going to be an absolute fact. If he carries on like this, he will be a Tottenham legend. Like the way he started is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's a good start. Definitely a good start for him. That's it. I know. There's somebody in the chat here that would probably love to weigh in on this conversation that we're having, and that is the legend herself. Kim B is in the house, and of course I'm showing it off, Kim, because I wasn't sure if you need one, because I know every time we talk about Dyer, tears of joy start coming out of you. They just start spewing everywhere.
I think it's actually profuse vomiting whenever you talk about
tears of joy, profuse vomiting. Tomato, potato, exactly.
Followed by incredible stomach cramps and general miscomfort.
But the two often go together, I've found. Tears of joy and profuse vomiting. They certainly do in my case, anyway. I mean, obviously, I can't speak for everyone, but
you can certainly choke on both, can't you?
Yes, absolutely. Oh, yeah.
If you're not careful. Yeah.
Guys, you guys are pretty prominent with this YouTube stuff. Now I got this Chris guy in the house again who abuses me and Big K, on a consistent basis. He pretends to be a nice guy, and then we've seen his true colors now. So I tried blocking him and everything, but somehow he showed up as blue on my screen. What do I do about that?
Have you tried?
I'll just say hi.
Slaughtering him.
Have you given him?
He looks like a big fella, man. He looks like a big guy. He's a nice guy. I do like him. I just don't want to tell him that. Oh shoot! Okay, you said that on air. Okay, in that case, big up, Chris. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you.
Have you tried tickling him?
Moondog.
Moondog's in the house, baby. Moondog. Projectile vomiting, boys. Projectile vomiting. Oh my God! Does he? Wow! I didn't know that Dyer evoked so much emotion out of Kim that she got to the point where she projectile vomited. Wow.
It's also quite descriptive of quite descriptive of some of Dyer's passing as well, I think.
What, projectile vomiting?
Projectile vomiting.
Projectile vomiting is exactly Dyer's passing.
I don't think Chris is a fan of Dyer here. I have tears of fear every time we mention Dyer. Sheesh. Hey, Bobby's in the house. Big up, Bobby. How you doing? We love you, buddy. We love you. We're glad you're here. So that's pretty much that's it. As for me, I'm just happy to hear when players are getting along versus the opposite side of discord in the dressing room or anything like that, or somebody's not fitting in or causing shit or anything, because we just shipped out guys that were doing that. So the last thing we want to hear about is we brought somebody in and paid this ridiculous amount of money for him, and he's stirring the pot. So to hear this for me,
I don't think any of the ones that we shipped out were being sort of bad in the dressing room. They were just lazy and
bad on the pitch,
pulling their weight. I don't think any of them were actively causing problems in terms of sort of
You could
stirring
say
shit.
Tongi was. You could possibly say Tongi was with his little click.
Yeah. But his click disappeared. His click disappeared. We shipped them all out last season, so he was sort of a bit isolated, wasn't it?
But here's the thing with that. A proper manager like Conte, when he looks at a player, they do the homework of recruitment. Will this guy fit in with my squad? He could be the greatest player in the history of the world, but if he won't click with the dressing room, you do not buy him. That is what he's paid £20 million a year to do. It's why I'm not doing it. It's why I'm sitting at home roasting coffee. But that's what you get with a world.
At least we're being paid 20 million a year for it, Ben.
I wish I was.
Yeah, I think we're all.
Sorry, what I would be doing with 20 million quid, I'd be building a Gundam.
You could be flicking a whole.
Did you say dungeon?
No, I'd build myself a Gundam. I'd build Rez a Gundam.
Oh, God. Oh, I thought you said a dungeon. Oh,
no, a Gundam.
Oh, okay. Sometimes my English is not so good, okay?
We'd be fighting Gundams. It'd be brilliant.
Yeah, man.
It'd be like they've already got one of those. They've got the dungeon at the back of Ben's shop already, haven't they?
I was going to say, was he going to add a floor to that or an extension at the back? That's why I wasn't sure, right?
A basement. Add a basement to it.
Yeah, because you guys don't have cellars in it. You call them cellars over there, right?
Yeah. No. I mean, look, if you add a floor to a dungeon, it's far too airy and sunlit to have the proper effect. So you need to build downwards to get the tank dripping walls and stuff.
That makes sense. Yeah, because you had that issue with the first two dungeons you opened up, right?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it got to the point, right, where Airbnb were asking whether or not they could list my dungeon because it was all sunlit and chintz curtains,
that's ridiculous.
Soft furnishings everywhere. I mean, when I bought that Building a Dungeon for Dummies book, that's when I started to get it right. Before then,
just
it
chaos.
Was just it was more of a bed and breakfast than
also with the voluptuous quilt tuxedo that you bought as well.
That helped. Yeah. Well, it looks like somebody else has decided to join the party, and in perfect time, as we're speaking about dungeons and being locked up and stuff like that. The man that knows whips and chains himself, but because he did a little something special for this day, let's just
is it Scott?
Give him a special intro. So we'll be back in just a moment here, folks. It's Mr. BobSpur in the house. You know what? If the man goes through the effort of making such a beautiful thumbnail for you, how can you not use it, right?
Yeah.
Big up, Bob. Big up. How you doing, brother? How you feeling, man?
Yeah, all good, man. I think someone said earlier, a bit of a somber week.
Yes, sir.
Not been doing much YouTubing, so yeah, all good, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good.
And that's why he's the legend. Well, Bob, we'll throw this one at you first. Chris is already saying problems not Winks got any time at Sampdoria, which means we'll have him back early. Thoughts on that, boys? Do you think he'll come back in January already to us, Bob? You want to address that first?
He's only been there, 15
2 days?
Yeah, that's long enough.
Yeah. No, he'll
14 too many?
He'll become the David Platt of Sampdoria. I remember when he went there and smashed it out of the park. So, he'll be fine. A bit of time, man. There's plenty of time yet. Got the World Cup. Obviously, he wants to play because he wants to get in the England squad. But it's too early, man. Too early. I think people are just shooting their load too early.
Yeah.
This is the thing, right? Look, on a serious note, the idea of Winks has gone to Sampdoria and is not getting any game time, right? Good to see you, Ron. He's not getting any game time. How poor must he be? No disrespect to Sampdoria, but they're hardly like the elite of Europe, are they? So what the hell is going on?
Yeah, I mean that's a bit of a disservice to them, isn't it? That can't be as bad as Winks.
Well, this is the thing. What I'm thinking. I mean, sure. No, it's got. I mean, he's probably just got to get used to training or something. Yeah. Surely.
That's a Sampdoria B team, isn't there?
There is,
yeah. I thought Sampdoria was the B team.
Yeah.
No. Oh, okay.
For who?
But there is actually something I'd like to ask Bob while he's here. I'm not too good with this stuff. It took me a long enough time to figure out what the hell Mama K is trying to say to me. So can you just explain the following?
Yeah, that's again wishful thinking.
So she wants you to go down. Oh yeah. The room on the left.
Yeah.
I'm there, baby.
That we won't talk about
either that or Kim's been drinking again.
A bit of both.
Hey, little from column A, little from column B. So Ronan
I
here,
just like how international she is with her hands. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cultures, right?
Yeah, multicultural.
Yeah, that's how you want to describe people. Well, yeah, you know, she's a nice girl. You know, she's smart. She's got a nice personality, and she's very international with her hands.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Multicultural.
Bit non-racist.
Multicultural fingers.
Just a bit. So Ronan's saying we should bring him back and then just ship him out to the championship side, and just need some dead wood, and he needs to go.
Is there anyone bad enough to need him in the championship? I don't think so.
Well, it's funny you actually say that, because I was going to bring this up as a talking point, and I think there is somebody that would sign him. And it's not even the championship. I think there's a club in the Premiership that would take him. I really do, because they're willing to do shit like this.
Oh, yeah.
So if you could bring Aurier in and make him your 247th signing of the season, is Winks not a possibility? Let's start with my man Coops.
No.
I'm
sorry.
You're
brown Kuva, okay? You Kuvinder.
Oh,
sorry, Kuvjit. I know you like your jit.
Well, Forest, they're signing just about everybody, aren't they? They're obviously looking for players with a bit of experience now, but Aurier's got that. But experience at doing what?
What?
Giving penalties away?
He might do well being a sort of relatively big fish in a smaller pond, but we know what he's like. We wouldn't want him again. Yeah. So if they're talking that kind of level, maybe Winks is the right place for him. He might be right. They're putting together a sort of comedy team as a second 11, because I thought their first team didn't look too bad against us. Same as everybody's doesn't.
Well, they've got 4 first teams now, don't they? With all the players that they've put together.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you guys saw that picture of the bus I sent you, which was the double decker on top of the double decker, and I think a third double decker that was the Nottingham Forest team bus, right?
That's not the school picture, the enormous school picture.
That's the one I said. Yeah, when I had like 150 people in one pic. Yeah.
You got that picture when you were asked to be the test driver for that bus, weren't you? That was the thing.
We're supposed to test them?
Well,
in the words of the great Russell Peters, take it and go. Just take it and go.
Trust me, Rez, that's a Sunday lunch around an Indian man's house.
That's only if half the family comes.
Yeah,
that's only if your side of the family comes. The in-laws are coming. Zoom out. So Kim's saying ship his ass to West Ham. So, Chris is saying that's too good.
I don't know. Do you know what? Turkey. West Ham are a lot. I mean, they're doing a bit of shit at the moment, but the sort of quality on paper that they've got is, I reckon, a level above Winks. If we're being honest.
Yeah. West Ham, I'd agree with that.
George, I think has got the right idea. Next stop for Winks, Turkey.
Turkey, yeah. I like up here as well. Chris had a good one.
Well, I think he's just going to think it's a lad's holiday for 2 years.
Why do you hate Barnet so much? What's soft spot for Barnet?
Barnet's nice.
Hey, big up, Rob. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, look, if Dele Alli's current level is Turkey, then Winks's current level is chicken.
Albania.
Chicken. Albania. Indian Premier League's doing really well, is it not?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
cricket.
In cricket, yeah. Well, he's not good at football. Maybe he should try cricket.
Yeah.
Ronan Talk Spurs is saying no, they have Rice and Soucek.
Yeah.
We've got
nice
the expert here now. Bob, is that a curry?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Bit of mild.
It's not something you put in curry. It's like a grilled Soucek. It's really nice. Then you just
No. He spelt it wrong. It's TUMERIC. It's rice and turmeric. Turmeric and everything, Ronan. Okay, main food ingredient.
I don't like this. I don't like this from Kimber. Send him to Chit King. Chit King's well too good for wings. Chit King is a fine establishment, and we should all protect it with our hearts and minds.
Leave Winksy alone.
Rob saying maybe USA, maybe MLS.
Maybe go there.
Yeah.
Yes, and guns are legal.
I don't know. I think. I feel sorry for him. He is a Spurs lad, and stuff. So I do feel sorry for him. But yeah, I'm surprised no one wants it. I'm surprised nobody wants him.
Are you suggesting, Bob, that he could go to the USA and get his first hot lead critique?
The reason I think we haven't sold Winks is because the man in charge of the football club wants too much money for him. He's not worth 20.
No.
How long has he got on his contract, by the way? How long has Winks got?
More than a week. If it's more than a week, it's too long.
No, I'm just wondering if it's a case of he's going to be released like at the end of this season, or if he's still got a period of time.
I think it'll come to that though, Rez, won't it? It'll come to look, no one wants him. Is it just cheaper ripping up his contract for the last season or so? Probably, and get him off the wage list. But
he'll probably find it easier to find a club as well if he's out of contract.
Because he was going to go to Everton. He did all the work to go. He was going to go to Everton. Apparently he did all the stuff to go to Everton, and then we asked for so much money.
I looked at the history of Spurs midfielders that they bought.
Place.
Yeah.
They're coming after us. No.
There is a part of me that wants him to do well because he is a Spurs. But his best isn't good enough to where we are at this time. He had a good few months, maybe a season under Poch, but
one good game against Real Madrid, and he's living off that for how many years now?
He needs to move on.
How many years now?
He was the only decent player against Liverpool in the Champions League final, but.
So he had two good games and two goals, two stellar goals.
Ironic, he's a big game player.
Yeah, ironic. He was the only person that performed in our biggest game in our history.
So we should keep it for just.
Was he good at home against Liverpool and the 2-2 as well?
It was
Ali, wasn't it? It was Ali and I know you're not going to believe this. I was actually in a coma.
No, when?
No,
really?
Yeah.
No, you weren't. Don't fucking lie. It's lies all the time. Terrible.
Deceit is what this is.
Yeah.
That's
I actually had the nerve. A customer came in mobility, and I wasn't. It wasn't my customer. It was Mikey's, a gentleman in front. I'll say gentleman, he's a twat. And his customers, and I was there going, and the guy was on about how he has to look for a mobility car now because of the accident he had. And I was looking down, I go, well, you're not going to believe this, but it's a joke at work now. I've been in a coma. And I looked up, the guy had one arm and no legs. So, yeah.
What they called him Andy.
Big up.
I never thought I'd have to tell the kids not to watch their own.
What made it worse? He was there with his mum, who's obviously his dedicated driver. Mike is there filling. Sorry, Mike, if you're watching. He's filling up when he goes. Right, are you both going to have a test drive? His mum's like, no, he's got no legs.
What is it that you want me to test?
if he'd been on the goal, if he'd been on the ball, he would have.
Legend.
He could have insisted on yes, and he's got to have a gear stick.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I don't think he's watching, but we had such a laugh afterwards. I go, you got to laugh, don't you? And he actually pointed to me. He goes, oh, you've had a trekkie. I go, yeah. And there's my cue. So, it was good, man. It's good. And it's amazing how he looks at life. He's probably, me and Michael were talking about later, he's probably the happiest customer we had in today. It was absolutely brilliant. Such a laugh, man. Such a laugh.
You like seeing that, though, in anybody. You like seeing anybody that's got, but regardless of their personal situation, physical or mental, anybody that's positive, you want to be around. Getting back into this Winks thing, I just saw this and I want to ask you guys: is there any truth to this? Because that's absolutely insane. Winks agent wants $100K a week for him.
This is when I have to use my usual term. I want to marry Mila Kunis, but she won't say yes to me.
You never know.
You never know. If you don't ask, you don't get.
It's either me or Ashton Kutcher, Mila. Choose wisely. She's not choosing me.
I don't know about the 100K. I don't know about the 100K, but I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if that's what he's around that figure on at the moment at Spurs, to be honest, because of the way that we do contract extensions. So it might just be a case of I want what my client is already getting, type thing. You know?
Yeah. But he's not on 100K a week with us, is he?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. He's been at the club for a while. You know?
I can't, but 100K a week?
Be up here.
Because we had Lo Celso at what, like 70, wasn't it, or something like that? 80?
But he'd only been with the club a short period.
Yeah.
So that was probably the opening contract. It was like, you know.
Gotcha.
That doesn't surprise me. 100K doesn't surprise me. Not in today's market. And for the length of time he's been at a big club. No, it doesn't surprise me, man.
Yeah.
That's, 100K a week. Monopoly money. Yeah.
Skittles.
Yeah, Ronan disagreeing here. Somebody had said that we should make him Conte's water boy here. Chris had thrown that up here, and Ronan said, nope. Spectator at best.
Yeah.
Oh, Winks is already currently on. Chris is saying he's on 80K a week now. Okay, that makes sense. Then, who wants to take a pay cut, right? To go on and do what they're already doing.
Yeah.
And he's
80,000 a week. Yeah. 80,000 a week. You know, he's 27.
Is he 27 already? Yeah. I thought he was still around like 25.
Something like that. He's in his mid-20s.
To put things in perspective as well, when you say, is it monopoly money? If you consider the monopoly money, the biggest note is a 500. Still 200 of them. You're probably going to have to buy about 6 or 7 Monopoly sets just to do that. Winks isn't worth that kind of outlay.
No.
And he's 626, not 27.
He's 26. There you go.
Yeah, so he's younger than me. So he's still doing better than me, but fuck it.
Modern football, mate. Modern football.
Like Ronan said, he's getting 80K a week to sit on the bench. Well, when you start making that kind of money for not doing anything, it's hard to kind of get motivated to work for the same amount of money, or you're not going to go somewhere else and put in an effort for less money.
Technically, they're not paid to play; they're paid to train. So he does still train.
I've tried to sit on a bench for 80. I tried to sit on a bench for 80K a week, but I got given 50p and told to move on.
Yeah.
And there it is, Ian. 320K a month to sit on the bench. Shit, I'd take that for the year and sit on the bench.
I'd eat the bench.
All you need is a little bit of chutney and you're good to go.
That sounds a bit like an in the wall challenge to me.
Oh yeah. Oh, don't, man. I'm having withdrawals. Yeah, a lot of people contact say, "Why are you doing in the wall?" Not the right vibe, man. I know you suggested Kuv do it, but don't do the WWE. In the wall ain't in the wall.
Yeah.
I said we do a royal special.
Yeah, I know, but we won't go into that.
Yeah, we were going to do a knockoff version of Wankety Wank here and call it Kuv The Kang or something like that, and just do it the Bollywood knockoff Cheap Man, poor production value version of it.
Yeah.
So Winks was caught with Rez in the car and in the trunk. What did they find? No, don't answer that. Don't answer that. Don't answer that. But you can answer this one. Rezi, let's start with you with this one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it's true, I can understand why, because London is going to be pretty rammed in the sort of days or so. Yeah. It's just the nature of it ultimately. I mean, look, we've been sort of skirting around we've been skirting around the subject, the sort of introduction notwithstanding. Ultimately, this is something that hasn't happened for 70 years, right? Yeah. The last time that we had a monarch die in this country was 1952. To put that in perspective, that was the year that my mum was born. Wow. Right? So, that tells you, regardless of what one's personal feelings might be about, Her Majesty, about the monarchy generally, whatever else you want to say, it is a momentous occasion. It is a time that very, very rarely happens, and so because of that, it's going to have an effect. Personally, I think we shouldn't have cancelled any games, but not because it's not an occasion that should be marked, or because of any respect considerations. I don't think it would have been disrespectful to play the games. I think that could have been used for those that are of that inclination to actually celebrate the longest reigning monarch that England has ever had.
Would have also Rez asked for a lot of shit.
Say again.
Would it have asked a lot of shit as well? Would playing the games be open to a lot of people giving the Premier League Premier League players a lot of shit? Giving them the opportunity.
But do you know what the thing is? Look, there will always be people who will want to complain about stuff like that, right? Who, no matter what you do, it will be wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, for instance, the woman with the fish bar, right?
Oof.
For me, I don't think that what she did was in any way appropriate. Okay. Because the Queen had just passed, and you don't do that for any human being.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But the crap that she's got in return, I think, is too much.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, her store has pretty much been burnt down to rubble. It's smashed up and everything like that. And
apparently the
sorry,
vehicle
man.
that she was
That
from
was fucking stupid though, Rez, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, she went to get him.
Stupid.
You tried to get a minute's fame to become famous, and you became infamous. So
hold on, yeah, but do you know what? That's not the point I'm making. I agree that it was stupid. It was a stupid thing to do, but stupidity is not an excuse for people to
be violent.
We're all stupid.
Otherwise, half the country's in trouble.
Yeah.
Probably all five of us around this panel would be pelted and lynched because we're not smart,
No, wait,
sorry, I'm just following my partner.
Yeah, the thing for me is just the case of, I think that there should be some measure of respect given. Whatever else you want to say, ultimately, Her Majesty was Queen for 70 years. That is important. She was an important figure in British history. Regardless of whether or not you like the monarchy, dislike the monarchy, like the royal family, dislike the royal family, or a combination of those, it is what it is ultimately. And I think the way that some people have gone around it, in my view, has been wrong. And I include the Premier League in that, because what they have done, what the Premier League have done, has not been for the sake of the Queen. It's not been for the sake of the fans. It's not been for the sake of anyone except their own fear over some kind of backlash that they might get for choosing to go ahead. And they didn't want to devote any time to actually finding a solution to a problem that now exists like it did with COVID, where fixture congestion has turned into what I can only describe as a fucking nightmare for the rest of this season, right? And the talk that they might have cancelled next weekend's games as well, right? We're having trouble fitting in one set of fixtures that were called off. Can you imagine if there was two sets of fixtures to try and sort out? My good God.
I'm glad you actually said that, just because I just want to answer Ronan. He's been waiting a while for just less. So Ronan, yes, they confirmed that the game is going ahead on Tuesday. It is. And on the website, it was incorrectly marked that the game was not going to be happening, but it is going to be going on. Sorry, Rez, I didn't mean to cut it on you. I just didn't want to forget about that.
All I wanted to say is, I mean, all of this just points to what we all know. We all know, right? The football authorities, be they the FA, be they the Premier League, be they UEFA, be they FIFA, they are utterly inept, right? And corrupt, because it's got nothing to do. It's like if you go to Spurs now, Ben will know this, Bob will have experienced it as well. When we used to go to the stadium, the music that they used to play, the last piece of music as the players came out was Duel of the Fates, right? I loved that piece of music personally. Obviously, it's not to everyone's taste, but I liked the fact that it was our bit of music that our team walked out to. Now they walk out to that, but before anything else is done, before the game actually kicks off, they erect that fucking Premier League banner and play the Premier League anthem. Why? What is it that the Premier League is actually so desperate to market itself? What, are you trying to spread awareness of the most famous league in world football? What purpose do you serve? And this just shows how crap the Premier League actually is, and how obsessed they are with not player protection, not fan satisfaction, not value for money, nothing except their own pockets and their own profile. That's the only thing they give a shit about as an organization. And what they've done with the fixtures with relation to the death of Her Majesty is just an extension of that. It's got nothing to do with respect for her. It's got nothing to do with respect for British history. It is just to make sure that their profile isn't affected by it. And it's the same for the EFL as well.
I think Peter Crouch was saying it well. He just said, why not just have what we always do when somebody passes away? Have the black armbands on, minute of silence. We could have had the national anthem played at the start of each fixture around the ground. Sky TV could be there, showing the cameras switching from ground to ground. So you see it's all with uniform, everybody united in it. Would have been a fantastic, poignant sort of image. And is now wasted because by the time we get around to doing that, the event's not out of mind, but it's lost the power that impact would have had. I think that's a shame because it is the national sport.
Absolutely. You know, but because they probably don't want some Twitter moron from talking about it, and because it's so much easier, and they don't care about, like, how many people, how many football fans will have booked travel, taken time off work, booked hotel rooms, you know, for these fixtures. They don't give a shit about that. Who's going to reimburse them? Nobody. That's money they've lost, right? The only thing that they will get back is the ticket that they purchased, you know?
For the game, The airline and everything's not going to get it. Sorry, I just have one more person here in the back room. We'll get them to add their thoughts in regards to this. He's a Chelsea fan. He's nipping from NS Sports. So welcome, Nippin. Thanks for joining us today. How are you, man?
I'm good.
Okay, thanks for joining us, buddy. Sorry, Rez, you want to just carry on, finish your thought there, and then you can add on to it from there, Nippin?
Yeah, I'm just angry about it. I'm just angry about the fact that so often it's not the people that really make the sport that have any kind of a voice. Look, I understand that players are paid ridiculous amounts of money in the Premier League. That's just in the Premier League. You know, you go down the pyramid, it's much more of a reasonable wage that they get. But, you know, yeah, fine, they get paid a huge amount of money, but they're still ultimately a human machine at the end of the day. And there just comes a point where you can't keep forcing them to perform. And ultimately, without fans, football is nothing. So their needs should be, and their wants should be priority number one always for everyone else. But do you think Premier League, partial? For the league organisation, for the clubs, for the players, for everyone. Fans should be number one, and we're not. We're right at the bottom of the list.
But do you think fans have ruined it for themselves? Like, you know, we're sitting here hearing that the policing issues are the reason that the football couldn't go ahead because there just simply isn't enough manpower to control everything that's happening on the outside, and then on top of the excess security forces that are needed for football matches. So have fans really done it to themselves in a way, you know, with the hooliganism over the years and everything, and the poor behavior and the fighting and whatnot? Because, you know, I know it used to be really, really bad, and it's not as bad as it used to be.
Hooliganism in the UK is at a very, very low ebb, right? We are generally generally, I'm not saying all the time, generally we are quite peaceable. Generally, most people, the days of the firms using games just as an excuse to fight each other is long gone. If you actually want to talk about real football hooliganism, you actually have to look at the continent now. This also leads into why I view UEFA so derogatorily, is because they still treat England as a footballing nation and the British nations as footballing nations as animals and treat us with contempt, even though, because of the hooliganism of the 80s, even though football hooliganism is most rife in countries like Germany and the Netherlands. Those are the real hotbeds of European or Western European hooliganism.
I've seen even
but Razor, that doesn't fit their agenda. Their agenda is racist Englishmen.
Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is. Right? And this, again, we're talking about the ineptitude of footballing authorities, and UEFA is one of them. And that's one of the ways in which that manifests itself. The other one is allowing or being so soporific, being so blind to what really is important in football, which is the fans, which I've said before, that they bring in these rules to try and stop the likes of, you know, your Man Cities and your PSGs, and they're so poor that they don't even fight for it, you know, and they allow stuff like the European Super League to almost get off the ground, you know. They don't focus on what the right thing is, and the FA don't do it, and the Premier League don't do it, and FIFA don't do it. FIFA are only interested in making money for themselves, even though they're supposed to be a non-profit organization. It's just the only thing right now that I can see as a solution, and it's something that would take 100 years before it even got to anything, would be if a separate footballing authority, footballing code was created to actually compete with the likes of the FA, the Premier League, the FA, all the way up to FIFA, you know, because at the moment, none of them have got any competition to make them do the right thing.
Fair enough. Sorry, Nippon, I just want to just have you address this one right quickly, and then we're going to move on from this. So Rob was just saying, if Chelsea goes to Liverpool, we go to Leicester, that should free up enough security to take on the Brentford and Arsenal game. Have you heard anything about Chelsea moving their game and going to Liverpool yet?
What? Chelsea versus Liverpool, or going to?
So moving the match from Stamford Bridge to Anfield.
I heard they were being moved, but I did not know Liverpool was the city.
So you're not too sure about that one then? Okay, because I was just curious to see.
I did not know Liverpool was the city. I knew it was going to be moved to a different city, but I didn't know Liverpool was the city. I don't personally agree with it. I think it should just go to a neutral ground.
Makes sense. Sorry, Ben, what were you going to say, bud?
It's just saying, instead of having Chelsea versus Liverpool, it'd be Liverpool versus Chelsea and just swap the fixtures.
Yeah, just play a reverse fixture first, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be too difficult for them.
Whoa. Now you're talking sense, though, Ben.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I don't know. I'm not in the centre of London. I'm in the outskirts, but I've seen how busy the streets are. It is mobbed. I got on the train the other day. Like I don't go to work at a peak hour, and the train was mobbed because the amount of people going into the amount of security, and add to the fact that in a couple of weeks we're going to have all the leaders from around the world, from the USA, from France, from Germany, all of the major people around the world will be in London in the next week.
Yeah, all the dignitaries and everybody that's coming over. Yeah,
an absolute nightmare. It's going to be. If it doesn't run on clockwork, it's going to be a disaster. They've really got to do something about it. They're going to have to find a way, whether it is with moving some games around, changing the days, but they cannot have every game on the same. It's the thin blue line, as they call it, is too thin to really do anything about it. But who knows what's going to happen with it? Who knows? They just need to get these. We need to get through this period as quickly as possible, and we need to find the most sensible decision to do it. If it makes like spreading games out over the day, just do it. We're gonna have to find a way of doing it. The most sensible and cheapest way of doing it as possible.
Yeah.
No, that's actually a very good idea, Ben. It's so simple. It's such a simple idea, and yet it's such a great one. It didn't dawn on me. I don't know how you guys feel about it. Koovs, you've been quiet for a little bit up there, buddy. What do you think about Benny's idea there in terms of just doing the reverse fixtures now? Because, like you said, it's just a matter of the ticket allocation. Everything stays the same, right?
Yeah, easiest way, isn't it? You don't have to mess around with several fixtures then trying to fit things in. Simplest way of the lot. Do it.
Yeah, definitely. And we got hopefully all decisions made tomorrow. Those weeks. Yeah, let's see what happens, buddy. Stel, check your WhatsApp, buddy. Already sent it over to you, so you're more than welcome to join us if you'd like to, my friend. Always welcome here. And then we want to move on. Let's get back into football. We've got a little bit of good news now. I don't know who this guy is, so I know you guys refer to these people, the ITKs or whatever. And I don't even know what the hell that even really means in the know or whatever. But this Pete O'Rourke is reporting that he believes Kane will sign an extension based on the way he's feeling right now around the club. He sees the project Conte's putting together. Bob, my man, what do you think, bud?
Yeah, I hope so, man. I mean, we've started well. I don't think he's or Conte are happy with the incomings that we've had in the transfer window, but I'm sure the assurances that Conte's been given have been given to Kane as well, because he's just as important to Spurs. So if he does sign an extension, I believe there's an indication that the club have promised him and Conte big things to come. I hope it's true. It'd be one of the best signings we've had for quite some time.
It definitely would be. And do you think it would encourage other players then to maybe put pen to paper, and somebody like Conte obviously to put pen to paper as well and stick around then, because you're going to keep one of the biggest pieces of your puzzle around in a building block. So
it should go hand in hand.
Yeah.
A happy Kane means happy Conte. Oh yeah, and happy Conte will reflect in a happy Kane. Yeah, definitely.
Rez?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, the thing is that I think from what I gather, Pete O'Rourke was speculating rather than passing on actual, concrete news. It's like, if Alan Shearer turned around and said, I think that Kane should sign an extension, that's the sort of level, I think. I reckon any noises that might be coming, or any sort of info that might be coming from the Kane camp or from the Spurs camp, will be on the level of we're looking at it, type thing.
Gotcha.
Rather than
we'll see.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I agree with what Bob said though. If he does sign it.
Yeah, I just saw the private chat. All I wanted to say was big up to you all.
No problem,
And
Nippon. Thanks for coming in, buddy. Sorry, we just caught
well,
it. There wasn't really much going on in football this week, obviously, without the games being played. So
you might as well have turned this into a chill stream, like talk anything you want.
That's pretty much what we were doing. We're going in and out, buddy. So we're
Speaking of which, I might do one later this week. Bobby. So stay tuned. And
No
anyway,
problem.
I just wanted to I know a lot of people aren't big fans of the Monarch, but I personally am a. I hope none of you rub me up the wrong way. I am actually a monarchist myself, so I do mourn Her Majesty the Queen for her passing, and if possible, I might even try and get. Well, I don't know if it's invite only. I might try and be in the crowd for the funeral if it's my day off.
Yeah, because that's Monday the 19th, right? So far they've
if it's my day off,
yep,
I'll probably go.
Oh, it'll be nice, man. Go pay your respects, man. That's gonna be.
And
why don't you drop your socials and plug your channels quickly before you head off there, buddy?
It'll take me time because it's not easy on 2 devices.
Well,
it definitely isn't easy, no.
Okay, then. Well, Nippon, you can find him on NS Sports. I'll try to.
Yeah, I'm back.
Oh, there he goes. There you go.
I'm streaming from my phone, so.
Oh, we figured that out.
I don't have the luxury of 2 tabs.
No problem, buddy. So why don't you just quickly tell everybody about your channels? I'll drop your link right here.
707 subscribers. I've been on it less because of work commitments and all that, but I do at least one stream on my day off, which next one will be on 15th of September, which will be a chill stream. So you're all welcome to join.
Sounds good, buddy. Yeah, just pop out the link and
I would like to
man.
stick around for a bit. I know it's Spurs only, but I'd like to give my views as a neutral.
Yeah, no problem, buddy. We were just going to get into this. So we talked about that, the extension and everything. And then there's obviously this, but I don't think this was much of a surprise for any of us here. Right?
Is he the next? Is he the... I'm not going to say next. I'm going to say French. Because... Yeah, is he the French Dele? Look, when he's signed for you guys.
Is he the French Dele? Why not, Rez?
No, because Dele Alli has seemingly still got the desire to play football and be a professional, right? And Ndombele doesn't seem to want that. And Ndombele doesn't seem to give a shit. Yeah. Dele Alli, I think, still gives a shit, right? I don't know if he knows what the problem is.
Razor, I'll tell you who he is. I'll tell you who he actually is.
Hold on, Nippon. Let him finish. Go ahead, Rez.
So Dele Alli, when he was still coming on for us, when he was still being picked for us, he might not necessarily have been very effective, but he was trying, right? He was trying. It wasn't fuck it type thing. Okay. I think he was distracted by the accoutrement that came with being a football player, but he was still trying to be a football player. And Ndombele doesn't seem to want to do that at all. He does not seem to care about it. He's just a street footballer who somehow made it to the elite and has been found out, in my view.
Yeah, I would totally agree with you, Rez. Dele Alli, it's such an upsetting thing, and I don't actually blame Dele. He has 50% and 50%. 50% is Dele getting in contact with the wrong people, and that's ruined his gusto and it's taken his. Most important thing is Dele was an aggressive, horrible footballer. He was like a Richarlison style player. You hated him if he was on the other team because he kicked, he elbowed, he was in your face, he was winding people up. As soon as Poch took that out of his game and told him you can't get sent off, despite the fact he was only got sent off once, that was when he lost it. Yeah. He was no longer going into tackles late. He was no longer winding the crowd up. He was no longer getting that cheeky yellow every other game. It's just like Dele could still be an unbelievable footballer. He just needs to get that. back into his game, because that was magic. That was absolute magic. One of the games we will remember is the Chelsea game when he scored that goal. Yeah, the 2 goals against Chelsea. When he's going up to the fans, he's in their faces, and that beautiful picture of all the Chelsea fans all screaming at him and all giving him effort.
Was it when Ericsson scored as well? It was at the bridge, right?
Yeah.
Your 1 win in over 16 games, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but Delhi was an absolute force that game. He was an absolute force. It was a brilliant goal by Ericsson, but he was incredible. And
speaking of goals, I have a question for all of you. I think Bobby's already answered this. Which goal did Spurs concede? You're all Tottenham supporters. Which goal did Spurs concede, which made you sit back and say, fair play, that was a great goal?
This season, ever in life, what?
Ever you've seen?
Oh, there's a
never.
Actually, you know what? I was going to say the opposite answer, but you're right. Yeah, there's never a goal that scored against.
The last one, me and Kimber watched it. It was Mitrovic's goal, the 2-1. But I think that was reflective of how comfortable we looked, and I know it went back to 2-1, but there was still that sense we were going to win it. But Mitrovic's goal against us last weekend, I thought it was a good goal. Plus, there is that kind of shithousery we like about Mitrovic. Well, certainly I do. But yeah, I liked that goal, but I wouldn't say, wow, fair dues ever against. But you do, as football fans, you appreciate a good goal. And if it comes in a game where we're here, every hole's a goal. We'd appreciate it. Yeah.
I mean, the one, if we're going down that route, was what the third one Messi scored at Wembley when he did the same move 3 times in a row, and he scored 3 times. And just like, this guy is unplayable. It's just like this was like God in his element. It's just like you can't do anything against it. If you remember that game, I don't know if any of you went to that game. We actually played quite well that evening.
We
were a better team, but they had Lionel Messi and we didn't, so they battered us. It was a interesting day.
The best performance I've seen against us was at White Hart Lane when we played Man United. Paul Scholes, surprise, got sent off. It was when Defoe scored in the first, I think it was about a minute or something with an overhead. And we lost the game 2-1, 3-1, I can't remember. But all Fergie said, right, play up front, Rooney, on your own. And he gave Dawson and King the hardest game I've ever seen. And it's the only time I've seen when he got substituted in the 88th minute or something.
We're not talking about performances. We're talking about individual goals.
I've not finished the main bit. But
hold on.
When he got substituted, every single Spurs fan got up and applauded him. And we were losing. And that's the only time I saw it. Wayne Rooney that day, was unplayable. And he gave Dawson, he scored, I think, as well. It was 2-1 or 3-1. And it's the only time I've seen, I mean, I thought, should I get up and applaud? And I did. And then, I looked around and everyone was. It was brilliant that day. Absolutely brilliant.
I wouldn't. I mean, Kuv, the people I dislike, I don't give credit to, and Kuva will back that up. Because
you never give me credit. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I know exactly. I mean, Bobby especially, I don't give any credit to.
Even the coma.
So, even with the coma, exactly. I mean, you went into a coma and then you came out of it. What? Couldn't you make your mind up?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, twice.
When coffees, he's like, "This is all right, Ben, but it's not as good as Starbucks."
Yeah.
Exactly. Right? No, I don't give credit for things. So when someone scores against me, even if it's the most magnificent goal in the world, and because in the cauldron of a game, the other side are my enemy, regardless, because it's tribal. I never give credit for good goals ever. It might be the best goal in the world, but as far as I'm concerned, no one who has scored against Spurs deserves any credit ever.
Okay,
Sure.
take your
Fair
Spurs
enough,
hat
fair enough.
off then, and think as a football fan in general.
I was going to say one just for your benefit, Nippon. I remember Zola scoring a brilliant free kick against us about 20 years ago. It was a curling effort, way out. Only
Oh,
just
love
had to
that
sit
guy.
back
I
and
love that
admire
guy.
it. It was unsavable.
I really like that guy.
Gallas in the
do
last
have-
minute from about 40 yards out, 1-0 at Stamford Bridge in the last minute. That was a good goal as well, but no, hated it.
You obviously look. I'll tell you my one as a from my end now. I think I can't remember what a good. Actually, yeah, Benzema. Champions
Yeah.
League
Nice.
at our ground.
Nice.
I mean, like, I mean, like, I hated him while he was. Look, he's a player I adore, but for those 90 minutes, I hated him. You know, whenever a team play each other, that's what it's like. But if I take my Chelsea hat on and put my football hat on, yeah, that was a great goal. I think it was his first goal. But yeah,
Sorry, Nip,
I'm
we got one more
surprised-
guest in the back room here that we want to bring on here. So we'll get you to plug your socials one last time so we can bring him in and help
yeah,
wrap
I
up the last 15
want to
minutes.
big
here.
up Stel as well. I know he's in the background.
Yeah,
Me and
man.
him have never been on a stream together.
Oh, lovely.
So
guy.
if you're free on Thursday, Stel, I'll drop you the link. And yeah, so yeah, my socials are
I put your link in the chat already. It's already above there, buddy.
yeah, Nippon with 4 I's and 3 U's. My other Instagram is Nippon Reviews Cuisines. My Twitter
that's right,
is the Nippon Sharma and NS Sports 93. And my YouTubes are the British Lifestyle Blogger and my main one, which is NS Sports TV. And yeah, road to 1K is in full swing.
Yeah, you're almost there, buddy. You've been jumping up quite a bit, man. So good luck with that. Hopefully, a few more people, guys, get on over. If you can support Nip in there, you click on the link and just give us up. It doesn't cost
And my
anything.
next video should be a tribute to Her Majesty the Queen.
That'll be nice, Nip. And let us know. So yeah, give me a buzz. Let me know about Thursday, okay, buddy?
Yep. Speak
All
to you
right,
soon.
we'll see you soon. Thanks for jumping in. Drive safe, okay?
Thank you.
Bye, Nip. Good night.
Bye now.
Cheers, Nippon.
And like he said already, you know who's already here, so there's no point in doing a major introduction for him. Shelly's in the house.
Hide.
Look at him. Look at him. Look at him loving himself just because he's
No,
been eating.
don't do that, Stel. Don't do that.
Just because he's been eating cake, right? He thinks he's special. Look at the cake. Look at him. Look at him with the cake.
I'm so going to clip that.
Taking those back to the shop tomorrow.
Why did you make a pastries at least and give them a little spinny spin, man? Come on now.
Yeah.
There you go. Wait. Sorry.
Hey, 1 nips goes off, 2 come on.
Come on now.
I do know how to get Stel's. I do know how to get Stel's juices flowing though.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you filthy bastard!
Oh yeah.
You
It's not just Rez. It's not just Stel, okay?
Not just Stel.
Okay. Hand cream's coming out. Hand cream.
One Stel.
Okay.
God rest the Queen.
Well, Kuv The
Kuv
Kang is off to a big hit.
There's too much cream. It's too slimy now.
Oh yeah.
No such thing.
Just like that.
We use ghee. We use ghee.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
very good. Very good.
Listen, Bob. 1 minute. I need a towel. It's too slimy.
You need to
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, he arrived quickly.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my
We need to do
goodness.
oh yeah, oh yes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, are you?
yeah.
Well, but Bob, come on now. I want to keep it a little bit cultured. I want to do. Oh my goodness! Oh no! What are the pockets?
In answer to David's question, no.
No.
I don't.
Aztec chocolate bar.
The name is familiar, but I don't think I ever remember it.
What was it, Dave?
I remember the Aztec chocolate bar. Fuck me. I can barely remember what I had.
You remember Aztec?
How old is Dave?
Did you know, Bob?
Bring up his comment again.
Movie.
Bring up his comment. A-E?
A-Z-T-E-C.
Aztec.
I'm going to Google this.
You said it's from the 70s.
How do you remember
what it was?
I don't remember it.
It was apparently, I just Googled it. Apparently it was Cadbury's.
Sorry,
what's Cadbury's attempt. It was Cadbury's attempt to replicate the Mars bar. So it was basically chocolate with nougat and caramel.
Guys, sorry. I typed in Aztec chocolate bar. I swear to God, this is what came up.
All right. Oh, you
can. What is it? No, show it. What is it?
Yeah. No, Aztec.
The world's best chocolate bar ever.
Since Stel's been on, he's had his nipples out, he's had cream on his hands, now he's talking about minge. And you think Wanky Wank's bad?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah. No, I thought Bob, you said this is supposed to be the post game to the post show to Wankety Wank. Anyways, you got the pre-game on your left side there for Thursday night, and then the post show now.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is where we do a blow by blow of Wankety Wank, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Very good. Very good.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
That's more like it.
Well, we don't play Wankety Wank, but shit, if you guys want to play one of the games the kids got, I had one ready for Kuva already. Should we let them?
He's going to let the Kleenex out.
Let the Kleenex out, yeah.
You want to get your Kleenex? You want to get your tissues out? These are tough ones, though, guys. I better give you a hard one. I'll give you a
Christ!
yeah.
I might go and get the
yeah.
I don't have anything, but I've got some ultimate lemon oil. Will that work?
Nice. Drip it from distance. Drip it.
4 numbers too low, Ben.
There's nothing worse than having a rusty lemon.
String cleaner. Oh yeah.
What the hell was that?
60,
what is that?
65 is the wrong number.
It is some string cleaner from Dunlop.
This is the one, mate. This is the one.
It's got
Nivea soft hand
cream on the side.
Very
or,
good.
most importantly, you've got to have a bit of Gaviscon, mate.
What the hell is that? What's Gaviscon? What's that, like our Pepto-Bismol?
It's when you have
Bulbasaur.
No, that's for you breathing, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
When you have too many kebabs, you need to clear the pipes.
Oh, yeah.
And if you want to
There's no such thing as too many kebabs, is there?
And if you want to be Ultra Essex, Hollister.
I've got my Wanky Wank stuff ready. There we go. So,
ready, you sure? What else is that?
Wrong screen.
Hollister from California.
There you go.
There we go.
And then Bob's
Yeah.
up now.
There we go. Come on, that's
Wow. And if you want to be ultra posh, we've got Molten Brown. We've got Molten Brown.
what you need. That must burn down there, man.
That's kind of Bob's nickname, Molten Brown.
Putting that on your
It
genitals.
burns, but it's posh.
I literally just have that, and that's it. I have nothing else. And two pathetically sized cupcakes.
Moisturizer and sanitizer. That says a lot.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is it's multi-purpose peanut butter.
Nice.
Never waste anything.
No. Dogs love peanut butter.
I don't know about you guys. I just use these.
Yeah. Nice rough feel.
Is that the cheese and onion?
Yeah.
Oh, you
Nice.
guys
It was plain when he started it, cheese and onion when he finishes.
Lovely. I like it when it goes crunchy. Yeah.
Doesn't the onion smelling cock put women off?
No,
Not the ones in the trunk of the car.
say with that same voice. No.
No, they love it. It's lovely.
Never. Only the ones that escape from the dungeon.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Hello.
They love it in the combine harvester.
You want to try my golden wonder? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they look at your cock and say, "What's it?"
No.
Tick
But
tack.
I do like a bit of Monster Munch. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. And by the way, Bobby, little K, if you're watching,
No, hell
Yeah,
no.
welcome,
No.
welcome to manhood.
I'm really glad since I've joined the show, all the viewers have gone.
Yeah.
The show has completely collapsed since.
Yeah, it's all downhill, buddy. It's all downhill from here. But it's okay.
Yeah.
The 5 that I want around me are here, and whoever sticks around to join the party sticks around. That's all that matters, man.
Yeah.
What's this? David is giving you a suggestion while you are here, though, Stel. You're saying you need to get Avon Cannabis Sativa oil for your hands. It's brilliant. Fuck me, man. If I was using that, I'd be licking my hands after applying it.
You know, one thing I've realised today about David Lee.
Probably sniffing the oil.
David Lee loves a capital letter.
I also like a capital
Except for
letter.
the word hands. Except for the word
Yeah.
hands.
Maybe he's got
Yeah,
little
strange.
hands.
That's
You wouldn't, would you?
So should we remove the comment until he corrects it, or do we grade
Yeah.
him?
No,
Do
no,
we get the
no,
red
no,
pen
it's a
out?
David thing.
It's a David thing. Well,
David
you know what?
has to.
David's a good guy. David's a good guy.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he gets away with it.
loves
Wolf's
it.
got a question for you here, Bob.
He can take that now. Was Bob's due to respect Queen, or a bigger reason there wasn't the City game? Bit of both.
Let him from column A, let him from column B. We should all know Bob's a respectful guy here. Coobs.
Especially
ready?
when the AA guy arrived. When the AA guy arrived to change the wheel on Kimber's car, Bob was very respectful in offering a brand new Kia electric car for
yeah.
the price.
Now that
What a man.
that is how it's done. That's mobile sales, is it not?
He's never off the job. Oh
No.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh, yeah.
Stel, since you decided to join us, we did decide. I put something in here. It's what's that thing called?
yeah.
Oh yeah, football. It's football related. So I'll let you.
Is this a football show?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, sometimes. I'll let you address that one first, my friend.
Spurs inquired about Barella from Inter as he was one of Conte's main targets, and we were told there was no chance of them selling him. Okay, yeah. Well, I think money talks. I think if you paid a price, you get the player. I mean, if you, I know we're not going to, but if we said here's 100 million euros, we'd buy him, but we're not going to do that. I don't think any player's worth that. So I'll tell you what's interesting though. Tonight, I don't know if you saw, someone on Twitter, he's not a big account. He put a tweet out saying something about we were told there's a war chest.
Yeah.
And then he tagged Alistair Gold, and Alistair Gold replied. Did you see his reply?
Yeah.
No, I did not.
I'll tell you what.
Kicked
And
off,
then it
didn't
just, it kicked off. I mean, it's almost like this. The reason I mentioned it is because this is a rumor. I just feel like the journalists are going off of what they call high level rumors, but they're still rumors. So when it doesn't come true, do we pretend these things weren't said, or are we allowed to just question them? And if you question them, mate, the way the fans of Tottenham have rallied around Ali Gold's comments and haven't questioned it. Listen, I'm not saying Ali Gold deserves anything negative because he's a top journalist. He's like, everyone loves Ali Gold.
Yeah.
It's like, does that mean we can't question him or any other journalist of high profile?
Sorry,
Anyone.
Sorry, Stel. I just want you to take a step back because I don't know what you're talking about at all, and some of our other viewers might not. The handful that we do have. So, what exactly happened? I don't know. Yeah. Can you just fill us in terms of what?
Do you know what? Let me get the screen up. Best way to do it.
Okay. Anybody else? Do you know what the exact comment?
Yeah. So Ali Gold, obviously, when it all came about a few months ago about us buying players, he stated in one of his tweets, this is going to be a summer like no other. Spurs have got a war chest and Conte's been promised players that's going to challenge on all fronts. It was clearly wrong. Not wrong, but he's probably got that information from somewhere. That's not the issue. Him reporting it isn't the issue. Someone basically said, look, Ali, you got this wrong. Now, for me, and the majority of us, as hard as it is, even Stel, I don't know why I said that, but, so you know what? We got carried away. I think Iggy admitted it, didn't he, Stel? He got carried away. We all some of us got carried away with the fact. And I always said, and I think I said to you, Kuv, people will just read the fact it said 150 million, not the small print, not the T's and C's, not the everything else that came with it. All people will see 150 million, we've got 150 million pounds to spend. And it turned out it wasn't a war chest. And Ali Gold should have just said, in my opinion, you know what? We all got carried away. We got carried away with us bringing 6 players in, 5 players in, an early stage, good players in Basuma and Perisic. Hey, let's wait and see. But he bit. And I've never seen Ali Gold do that. He bit. And then the other guy replied something else. And then the other guy, M. Law, I think, or Matt L. It wasn't Matt Law, by the way.
Do a screen share, Bobby. Do a screen share.
Okay, Kuv, do you? I better let you
sorry.
You know what to do? I don't know.
No, sorry. At the bottom, just bring in the guest that I've added. There's a guest there. That's the screen.
Oh, okay. So I just add that to. Okay, gotcha. Okay. So
Matt Law said I shouldn't have used the word war chest because I think Alistair Gold made a comment about he shouldn't have used that word.
Yeah, he's quoting Ali Gold when he said that I shouldn't have used.
And then Ali Gold replied saying, any chance you could stop chucking out sentences or words from videos without any context to them, please? But then the thing with that is I responded to this actually because this was my response to this. But you also said this. It wasn't just the war chest bit. You said that transfer like no other, a squad to challenge on all fronts. So, but listen, by the way, this isn't an attack on Alistair Gold. Far from it.
No.
It's just that Matt guy, for some reason, he just chose to mention the fact that certain things were said and those things did not happen. So now some fans, I've done it as well, have said, look, that's what we were told. It didn't happen. Why are you saying it then? Like, how good is your source? How good was your source? Or is your source a liar?
The issue, guys, the thing you've got to bear in mind, okay, and this is not a defense of journalists because they do a lot of things that are wrong, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to sports journalism of this nature, there always has to be the understanding that these people are a channel between information that is provided and information that is wanted. Okay? When Alistair Gold turns around and says, there's a war chest, all he's doing is essentially dragging your faith to some information that he has seen.
Right? Does it have to be accurate? Or how accurate does it have to be then?
Okay. A rumor is at one and the same time. A rumor at one and the same time is both 0% accurate and 100% accurate. Yeah. Right? Because let's say, for instance, I'm walking down the corridors of Tottenham Hotspur, or let's say Hotspur, what's it called, Lily White House, right? And I overhear 2 people, and one of them turns to the other and says, "Oh, by the way, Daniel Levy has found 150 million pounds down the sofa, and he's gonna use it to buy players." Right? I overhear that, and I come and I find you, Bob, or you, Stel, or you, Kuv, or any one of you, and I say, "By the way, this is what I heard the other day." Right? Expecting me to know if that's true or not is expecting too much. But if you then find out from someone else that I had heard that and hadn't told you, you would then come to me and say, "How come you didn't tell me about this? I just heard it from someone else. Why didn't you tell me?" Yeah. Okay. So they're sort of trapped in a difficult position, in that they have to make a judgment as to how credible what they hear is, and if they feel it's credible, they will then report it. But it's not a case of, if they turned around and said Tanguy Ndombele is the most popular player at Tottenham Hotspur, for instance, at that point you would turn to them and say, why are you making shit up? Because that's not credible. But if they turn around and say Tanguy Ndombele has been shoved off to Napoli because everyone is sick to death of him at Tottenham Hotspur, that likewise might not be the case, but is more credible. So expecting them to be able to report the things they hear and for them to be able to, stand by them as true.
They have to, though, don't they? They have to stand by them.
Not when it comes, but they're not reporting facts.
Yeah,
they're reporting.
Well, actually, Rez, what's interesting is my reply in that thread, and this is me defending Alistair Gold now. He tweeted a quote. He said Fabio Paratici is working to provide a transfer in order to provide Antonio Conte's squad to challenge on all fronts. So he basically reported what Paratici has said. So therefore, he now needs to call out Paratici and say, you told us one thing, but that's not what happened. So why did you tell us that?
He doesn't have to do that. He doesn't have to do that. He can choose to do that if he wants.
Can you not question it then?
Well, he can if he wants, but ultimately you've got to
do that in private, though, wouldn't he?
But as a journalist,
but he's tweeted publicly what Paratici said.
Ask yourself this question. Okay, if Alistair Gold turns around and drags Paratici over the coals for doing that, how much information is he likely to get then? After that, there's a line that you have to draw. But
the information he got was false.
But
so he's kind of mugged him off, hasn't he?
Well, that's his call. That's his problem to deal with. If he feels he's been mugged off and he feels that he's a patsy for the club, if that's what he feels, that's up to him to turn around and say, well, I don't appreciate you giving me false information. The other thing you've got to bear in mind as well is that what he said is actually very subjective. Yeah. And to say that it's going to be a transfer window like no other, I can turn around and say, well, in actual fact, yeah, you can actually argue that because of the fact that we got 6 players in within a couple of weeks. That's been like no other transfer window that we've seen under Levy. But the thing is, he's not the key here is that it's not Alistair Gold's responsibility. It's not him that is at fault. He is just doing what a journalist does, and expecting journalism to not work in that way is unrealistic. There is only so much that an individual journalist can do. What we need to remember, and what that Matt LM needs to remember, is that Alistair Gold is not responsible for that information. He's just passing it on. Yeah. He's just saying, look, this is what I've heard. This is what's been said. This is what's been reported. That's ultimately what happens, and that's not just in sports journalism. That's in all journalism now.
But if you report information, but if you report information that then proves to be incorrect, then it's misleading information.
Yeah, but they don't get held accountable for it, though.
Yeah, but he's not responsible for it.
No, but he's being held accountable because that Spurs fan has called him out on it. So he's being held accountable.
But that Spurs fan, with the greatest of respect to that Spurs fan and any other Spurs fan, they should apply some critical fucking thinking. Yeah, and actually analyze for themselves whether or not they think it's accurate. Not just swallow everything that's been told them. We're not sheep, or we're not supposed to be sheep. Anyone who believes something that someone tells them without thinking about it critically, and then when it's turned out to be false, goes back and says, "You told me this false bit of information that somebody else said," is just being silly. Right?
Yeah, but I view this stuff. But Bob, they're called ITK level 1s. They're the most in the know. So when you get that title, people, not you and I, but no, Reds, not you and I, but a lot of fans cling on to the fact that it's ITK 1.
That's their problem, not Alistair Gold's. Alistair Gold, are not responsible for what somebody else does with information. It's that person's responsibility. It's not if I turn around like that thing, like if I heard a rumor in the corridors of Lily White House, I come to you and I tell you about it, and it turns out to be false later. That's you're the one who's responsible for believing it. I'm just telling you what I heard. Yeah.
I mean, what this all boils.
I have no sympathy for that Matt Allen person. In fact, I think he's a dickhead for doing what he did.
Oh,
right?
so do I, because that's, Alistair's a good friend of ours. So, I don't appreciate it.
It's not even that. It's not even that. It's not even that Alistair Gold's a decent chap. It's just the fact that Alistair Gold is a journalist. His job is to provide as much information as he can.
So we can't question journalists then, Rez?
No, I agree with kind of both of
that.
you.
You can't question journalists if they report rumors, because it's a rumor.
No, it's not rumor. He quoted it from Paratici.
That's someone else's words. That's not his words.
We shouldn't shoot the messenger of someone else. We shouldn't
exactly. You've got to go, and if you've got a problem with it, you go and speak to Paratici about it and say you lied. But it's not Alistair Gold's job to do that. Alistair Gold's job is just to say, I heard this. This is what I heard.
I think what Stel's saying, Rez,
is it not his job? Sorry, Bob. Is it not his job then to say, Paratici, what you said was false, and now I look bad because I trusted what you said, and I've now preached rubbish to people.
But then he burns bridges, doesn't he, Stel?
Yeah, exactly, and that's his choice. You're expecting him to do what you would do, but he's his own human being. Maybe he doesn't mind. Maybe
but he's the voice. He's the voice piece for Spurs for the fan base. That's what ITK one's. That's
he's not.
That's.
He's a journalist.
I don't know.
He's a journalist.
I mean,
but they become the mouthpiece, don't they?
No.
If you don't mind,
they are.
He's not the mouthpiece for the fans. Sorry,
but he's got 100,000.
1 second. Ben's been trying to get in a word here for a little bit here between you guys. Go on, Benny.
What this is society and football fans lacking patience. We have to have information immediately, and it has to be 1,000% accurate. That's not physically possible.
This is the problem too, right? Like this information passes.
You didn't find out until Tottenham signed a player until they were on the fucking team sheet. Yeah. That's what it used to be, and now we're expecting absolute laser point accuracy from every single journalist. No journalist is going to be 1,000% right every single time. That's why that is what journalism is. You are looking at what you can see, trying to put your own spin on it, and trying to get as much information and credible information as possible. It's not flat out lying to us for the most part. You cannot be 100% accurate in football because things are on a knife edge. Like a transfer from going to Tottenham to Chelsea is not even a percentage of a millimetre from going one way or the other, because it's fine margins. It's football, and that's what journalism is. You can only say it as you see it, and if it's wrong, it's wrong. You can only put your hands up.
Can I just say, I'm a ITK, 1TK, wherever it is, with three predictions that I stated on the pre-season show. Kuv, I think Rez, you were there. I said Richarlison would fit in. I think he'd do well.
Yeah.
We'll see the rest of the season. I also said Tuchel is overrated. I think he's overstaying his welcome. I think he'll struggle, and I think he is getting away with it. And also said, I know it's not holy. I know Stel what Sava thinks, but I don't know if you want to talk about it with regards to Liverpool's struggles. But I do think Mane leaving has made an impact, has contributed to their poor start. It's not the be-all, but I do think it's understated how much, and I said, didn't I, Kuv? Don't underestimate the impact, not just as a player, but psychologically as well. Your best player has left your team. That's going to have some form. We could go tactically, still know better than me. The way of playing is going to change. Núñez isn't a Mane. Salah's had to change his game. The fact that Salah has to come out without even being questioned and say, you know what, I made a few assists for Mane as well, knows what people's narrative is. And the fact is, hardly been amongst the goals at the beginning of the season. Doesn't surprise me. So,
is that all you've got so far?
Sorry, mate.
Salah, he's only got 2 goals so far or something.
I don't know if he's got 2. Has he got 2?
Let me have a look.
I know, but he's not at the front pages, yeah.
Bob, before the season started, Will Stewart, he was the first to say, and then I backed him. Darwin Núñez technically is lacking in tight spaces in those key moments where you got to pull something out the hat. He is not a Mane replacement.
Oh,
not
definitely
even close.
Not. No way.
No,
he's not.
Yeah, Salah's only got 2 goals. I just checked.
After even Nunez came over, I remember reading something. I think I had probably shared it with you guys in one of the groups we're in or whatever. But I remember seeing something that was tweeted out by the club, and they were saying that Nunez was in fact the 3rd best striker that was in the current academy team out of what was available, and they were laughing all the way to the bank because they were willing to sell him for 60 and joke. It was a joke between the chairman or something to say, ask for 100 or 80 or whatever, and they paid it. And
I think they said, just ask for 80. Liverpool came back with 80, and they said, just, you know what, just ask for 100.
Let's see what happens.
They came back with 100, and allegedly, the chairman or the owner ordered bottles of champagne so they could celebrate.
Yeah, I heard that's the same rumor. Listen,
Liverpool are in a state of transition at the moment because of Mane's departure and because they won stuff. When a club wins stuff, they go through a period of transition because they've got to replicate that great stuff that they did. You know, they won the league, they won the Champions League. It's like, right, so what do we do now? Psychologically, all those players that were there for that will be thinking, well, what's next? Consciously or unconsciously. So that's why you need to inject new blood and sort of get a new voice in there, even when you win. So the most successful teams are the ones that continue to evolve after they win. You know, look at Man City. Yeah. Even though they win stuff, they keep just altering that squad, you know, adding here, taking away there. They still haven't sorted their defense out properly, but they do that. Liverpool are going through that process right now, but I'm not sure they're doing it in a really good way right now. I'm not sure they've got it right, and I think they're suffering because of it. Also, because Klopp has been there a while. Yeah, you know, it's the same voice that they're hearing. So I think
it's wearing out.
Yeah, I think the issue with Liverpool, personally, is a simple one, but not a simple one to fix. I think their midfield is completely fucked. The amount of injuries, the injuries has crippled them. Age. But even when those injuries come back, they're susceptible to another injury because they've got a history of it. I think what Liverpool haven't done is they haven't addressed the midfield. And what you're seeing now is the engine room not ticking means Liverpool have lost all their intensity that they're renowned for. There's no support to the press when they high press. The defense hasn't got the protection when teams come at them. Because the midfield is a mess, what you're seeing is that defense isn't actually as good as everyone thought it was because they didn't really have to defend because they had so much of the ball, you could hardly get at them. If they go and buy 3-4 top midfielders, they'll be back. But they're not. And I think they're in bigger trouble than what people think they're all going to bounce back. I don't think they're going to bounce back the way people. They might get top 4.
Not as strong, not as strong.
They might get top 4, but they're not going to be in a title race this year. I don't think so.
I just wanted to run George's question here just quickly, just to get everybody's thoughts quickly into this. Do you think the fans turn on the journalists?
I'll go last.
Okay, then we'll start with my man Koobs up here.
Yeah, I think so. I think fans are always looking for somebody to blame when things aren't going our way. It's a natural thing. It's born out of frustration more than anything else. We've seen it for so long now. Why aren't we getting what we're promised to get? The longer you go without winning things, the more difficult it is to accept more of the same. You look for the easiest targets. The easiest targets will be people watching this channel or watching any of the YouTube streams, for example, can pick on the YouTubers because we're giving out a source of information, right or wrong, it doesn't matter. Yep. They will look at us and say, that's crap. What a bollocks thing to say. Mm-hmm. We will then all collectively do it, the journalists at whatever level. The higher up the pecking order they go, the more shit you throw their way. So that's why you get the likes of Ali Gold is getting picked on because he's privy to more correct information than a lot of the other journalists. It's just the correct information that he is privy to is stuff that doesn't really matter too much. The really big things he's not going to be allowed to say, or he isn't privy to in the first place.
That's a good point.
He's the nice guy. He's a sort of a bridge between knowing nothing and knowing the little bit that's going on there. So he's perceived as they say ITK, and because of that, everybody wants to know the facts from him straight away, and he just doesn't have them. He's not going to. How is he going to be divulging serious transfer information from an elite level club that's currently trying to sign those players? It's harmful in a lot of cases to do that. You're giving away what your game is. So I think it's just the natural order of things. We've got to have somebody to scream at and abuse because we're pissed off. If we're winning, it wouldn't be like that. There'll be more of an interest. There'll be a happy sort of interaction with the likes of Ali Gold and saying, "That's great. Oh, we won a few trophies. A brilliant season. What do you think's next, mate?" Rather than, "Where's our fucking war chest?" It's like it's totally different vibe.
Ben?
I mean, fans are fickle at the end of the day. We are fickle, and Kuva just took all the words out of my mouth. We want someone to blame. We get angry. We're frustrated. We want our football clubs to do well, and we desperately need someone to blame. Kuva's absolutely spot on with that one. We can't go mad at journalists, though, unless they're outright telling us lies. But if they're outright telling us lies, they're not going to be the Ali Golds of the world. They're not going to be the Matt Laws of the Daily Telegraph, the Fabrizio Romano, whatever you think of him. He gets a lot of his information right. You're not going to get to this point because everyone's like, "You're a fucking liar. I don't care what you have to say. You've told all the... You're just going to be indicalia. Whether you like indicalia, it's a lot of fun sometimes. It's just going to be them. But these journalists are in a place because they are good journalists, and we need to respect their opinion. We need to respect what they have to say. But at the end of the day, take everything with like 10 grains of salt or 10 bags of salt even. Because they can get more, yeah. But if we don't believe everything you read on the internet. I can't believe we have to say that. Because you can find some weird things.
So aliens aren't real? I'm confused now.
We would tell you, but we'd have to kill you.
Yeah.
Whoa, no. Wait, my life insurance paid up. Yeah. Bob.
I'd have to kill my Lord Emperor of Venus, my uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I tell you.
Bob G, what do you think?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Doing the job. They're doing their job, man.
Doing the job, exactly. Yeah.
If you're going to shit on someone's job, get a life. You know, they're doing it for a living. Have a bit of respect, and if you don't like what they're saying or reporting, don't read them, unfollow them. Yeah, see you later.
Lots of sources out there, and like you said, there's
there's a lot more out there in life, mate, than looking out for reliable sources.
That's why I don't bother with Twitter. I don't understand why people spend so much time on Twitter, because if you're using your data to check out Twitter, you all know that you could be using the same amount of data, maybe a little bit more because you have to stream, but go to Pornhub. There's a lot better content.
Absolutely.
Much better.
Do what I do and watch K-pop girls.
And talking of sources, we all know where to correctly store those sources, don't we?
Yeah.
www.
Right, in the cupboard. Correct.
In the cupboard. That's right.
Stel and Rez, I know you guys already went on about this a little bit, but Stel, quickly.
I think Ben needs to go, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Ben, you're gonna chip off right now? Okay, Ben, go on then. You want to let everybody know where they can find you, buddy? I already put your link in the chat above.
So on a day-to-day basis, you can find us at the Kauffie Company at 8 Broadway, Woodford, where you will find these very wonderful chaps. Tomorrow, Mr. Reginald and Mr. Bob will be coming with Kimber, and you'll see other wonderful people in the area. It's just a place where you can come, chill out, have some great conversations, get out the misery of the world, and have a wonderful time. So if you want to come by, have a coffee. Drink a coffee, and let's be all friends. And also, you can find us now as we are joining Tottenham on tour as a contributor, and we're joining Brian, and Mr. Danny Kiriaki, and we're just going to have fun. And we're going to bring that same vibe, watch the Tottenham, watch us all grow as a community, and we're becoming one big family, especially with Shelf Side being friends with us as well. And it's going to be a wonderful place to just be nice to each other and join us at the Kauffie Company and just be best friends.
There you go. There you go. And guys, get over there. It's a brilliant way to start the day, or if you're in the afternoon, it's a really great show. Great vibes, man.
Yeah, it's going to be wonderful. Big up everyone in the chat.
Thanks for joining us, Benny.
Thanks, guys. Big up, Bobby.
All the best, buddy. Thank you so much.
I will see you all in the next one if you smell what the coffee's brewing.
There you go. There he is. There it is. Thanks, Benny. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night, buddy. Take care, guys. So make sure you get over to the Kauffie Company and sub. It's a great
bendiest thumbs on YouTube.
Why are you not there, Bobby?
I'm sorry?
Why are you not there tomorrow?
Mama K won't let me fly over every few weeks. I don't know why. I tried to take the private jet, and she's like, "No, I need to go grocery shopping."
Excuse after excuse with you, isn't it?
That's the kids. They need to be fed apparently on a daily basis. It's ridiculous.
It's a rumor. Just a rumor.
That's what I said, Stel. And then these stupid child service people, this guy that said Paul Ice or something showed up, and they're like, "No, you have to feed them." It's nonsense.
To be fair, they did pick you up from a playground with the trousers around your ankles
in Marbella.
Yeah. But no, that's after I landed at the airport.
Yeah. I'll take you home.
That was a nice sell, though. I mean, no, that was home. Yes, that was home. Bryce has got a question in here for us. What do y'all think with the source claiming that Klopp rejected getting Sonny in favor of Darwin there, Nunez? Is it? Stel, you want to start with that? Actually, I didn't let you guys finish up on the journalist thing, but I think you guys had already touched on that anyway. So you want to take this one on first, Stel?
I wanted to say something about the journalists.
Please, go ahead.
I think they get away with it. I think they get away with it massively because it's all good and well them saying all the lovely, wonderful, good stories that the club's telling them. War chest, transfer window like no other. We're going to compete on all four fronts after this window. We're building. Spence one for the future. Pow, 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 pow. Where's the balance? Where's the other side of what's really happening? They don't do it. They don't want to touch it. And then they're protected by the excuse of, but it's their bread and butter. They'll burn their bridges. If they can't do that, well, you can do that. They choose to only say those things. That's their choice. I don't have an issue with their choice, and I totally understand why they do it. But then they can't claim to be these brilliant journalists because there's a massive lack of balance. There's only one side of the coin, and the reason I think fans go in on them is because, quite frankly, one, the fans are wrong, and two, the fans are right. The fans are wrong because they should be going in on Daniel Levy and Enoch, the fucking problem of this club. That's the problem. We all know it. So don't go in at the journalists. Start protesting if you've got a problem. Stop buying the merch if you've got a problem. But the reason they're right to go at the journalists is because the journalists don't call out Enoch or Levy. They do nothing about it. So listen, I totally get it when people call them out. And I do it sometimes, and I get it. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but there's a reason why they do it. And I think that's what it is. Because if Michael Bridges, for example, on Sky Sports, who's always positive about Tottenham, oh, great window, it's amazing, but everything's always amazing. If he came out and said, I've got to say, that was not the window that we were promised. Or, do you know what? It's unacceptable that we've only won one trophy in 20 years.
Yeah.
It's just not on. If he said that just once or twice, you wouldn't see any journalists being called out. But they never do it. It's so unbalanced, man. And that's how I see it. I know Rez now is going to come in with a sledgehammer and just smash everyone. But I think fans have got a right to do it because it's an unbalanced argument. But the fans should also direct it to the owners, not just the journalists. That's the bit I don't agree with. Don't just do it to the journalists. Do it to the real problem.
There's a big problem there with one of the expectations. These people, as you said, are earning their bread and butter.
That's what I said.
Someone like Ali Gold, someone like Michael Bridge, someone like Matt Law, all of these people, they are all answerable to someone above them, generally their editors. Okay. In the case of places like Sky, which I have very little time for, and I don't even believe them to even qualify for the label journalism, right? Sky Sports News isn't news. It's not journalism. It is just fluff. The problem you've got, you're at work and you're earning your crust, and you go to your editor and you say, what's all this shit going on, man? What the fuck is going on at Spurs with the fact that they've only won one trophy in 20 odd years, right? What the fuck is Daniel Levy playing at? I want to do a piece on this, boss. And the editor will say, all right, then go and write it. And the journalist will go and write it, and it'll come back. And the best that journalist can expect will be that editor to take out his blue pen, right, and scratch through huge numbers of it, huge parts of it. The more likely thing, this is what they used to do. They don't do this anymore because it's all electronic. But what an editor used to do, and what is still used as the expression, is that they'll take that piece of paper and they'll put it on a big metal spike on their desk, right, to be disposed of. It's called spiking a story. Okay. We are expecting too much of these journalists. There are faults that journalists have, but one of them is not the reporting of what is coming out of clubs, because they don't have the autonomy to go and do what they might think. They have to answer to their editors, and their editors have to think to themselves, how do I get the most circulation? If you want to use old style terms, how do I get most readers? How do I get most hits or clicks or whatever? The only way a journalist can be held to account for what they write is if they are independent, and none of them are. So we expect too much of them. And this is where I criticize any fan, not just Spurs fans, because all fans are like this. Apply critical thinking. You don't think that what is coming out of these publications is the gospel truth. Don't treat it as the gospel truth. And on top of that, if you're so desperate for this news, go and fucking find it yourself.
Yeah.
Like with the £150 million stuff, right? I said the day it came out, I was on 2 streams and I said it on both. Read the fucking statement. It's £150 million for spending on and off the pitch. What happened? Twitter turned into the £150 million war chest show, right? It was in black and white for these people. It was there on the page. It was published on the Spurs website. It was reported to the fucking stock exchange. Did they go and read it? No, they fucking didn't.
But the journalists used the word war chest, though. They used it.
Stel, I didn't interrupt you, mate. Don't interrupt me, please. Please, I want to finish this point.
Go on.
Right? They didn't read it themselves. And yet afterwards, okay, when they think, on top of everything else, the fact that football finance doesn't even work like that, they are completely ignorant of. So you can't turn around, or a person can't turn around and say, I am ignorant. I am willfully ignorant. I don't try to solve my ignorance, but you lied to me. Okay? As far as I'm concerned, when Ali Gold, when Matt Law, when all of these people, they put all these rumors out there, I read it and I think, that's interesting. I'm not going to believe it. I will wait until the true facts become clear, and then I will analyze as to what was said and what is actually being done. Right? Don't call them out, because there is no point to it. They are just doing what journalists do. Expecting them to do what you do is A, unrealistic, and B, really just pointless. And especially criticizing them for what they do is also unfair, because that's what they do. It's like saying, this car hit me. Well, that's what cars will do. If you stand in the way, they'll hit you. Yeah?
I don't respect what they do though, Reds, because I don't think they're balanced. I don't respect that.
I'm not asking you to respect them. I'm not asking you to respect them, Stel. I'm just saying this is what they do. So you shouldn't expect them to do anything else. Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And Kim's weighing in here. Kuv, you want to read that out for us, bud?
Yeah, okay, let's go for it. Kim's saying, is it not the case as well that if journalist says it like it is, Daniel Levy can and has revoked all access to the club, essentially withholding favours for favourable coverage? I think that's pretty much the same. It's going to be the same in a lot of big businesses, really, isn't it? You can't afford to be painted in a bad light by somebody you're giving the information to. Nobody's.
And then do you know what? Imagine if journalists did that. They go around, they criticize Levy like Matthew Norman did from the Standard years ago. This is when Yol was still manager. He was on the Evening Standard and he wrote 2 critical pieces about Levy early in their tenure as well. Very early, if you think about it, Yol, right? Levy banned the Evening Standard from attending White Hart Lane press conferences. So an editor of the Evening Standard will no longer allow Matthew Norman or anyone else to write super critical pieces about Tottenham because their paper will suffer. Ultimately, it's a business. You know, we can criticize the framework of what happens and say this is wrong because, you know, the system doesn't work, but those involved in the system have no choice. They have to do what they have to do. And people calling them out for doing what they have to do is unfair because we are all beholden to somebody.
Yeah, well, everybody's got a boss, like you said, Russ.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't watch the parody.
You choose who you work for.
So 1 second. So go on, Bob. Bob was going there.
I don't watch Paratici interviews anymore. You've got a Spurs employer interviewing another employee. He's not going to dig deep. He's not going to get the answers we all want, ask questions we all want to ask. I've not watched a Paratici interview since that first one where it was embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. And I won't be watching a Levy one unless it's done by an independent, non-Spurs related broadcaster, i.e. myself, Stel, Rez, Kuv, or yourself, Bob. We should interview.
Fair enough. Now, I just wanted to touch on this with Bryce because I thought it was kind of interesting. I never heard anything regarding this shit that they chose to go for Darwin instead of Sonny. Where do you want to start, Kuv?
Got to be bullshit, hasn't it? Golden Boot winner.
Bullshit. Yeah.
Golden Boot winner, established star name in the Premiership.
Yeah.
Exactly the sort of player they need to replace Harvey with. Of course, it's bullshit.
That and the fact that every time we play them, you see Klopp hugging him like he wants to just put him in his pocket and take him home with him as well, right? So that doesn't really help as well. Sally?
They can hardly
I want to do that as well.
They can hardly say anything after spending all that money on Nunes and say, oh, actually, he was only the second choice. So,
yeah, Sonny's second choice to Nunes. That makes sense. Stel? Call it bullshit?
I think every club wants Sonny, but as soon as they pick up the phone to Levy, he just puts the phone down, so they move on to the second target, right? So automatically they went for Sonny, but they didn't get past the phone ring. Every club probably does that, and Levy just says good night.
Tata.
Yeah.
Bob?
What was the question? Yeah, bullshit.
Bullshit. Yeah, 100%
bullshit. And even if he did, you know, it's good for us. If we rejected Sonny to get Nunes in, good. But no, there's no way Klopp's given the chance to for him to reject it means he's been offered it. There's no way Sonny's been offered to Liverpool.
Fair enough. And Rez with the hammer.
I think
that was a very high pitched there.
I liked it. Yeah. Do the rest in the same thing.
Don't touch my Sonny.
I'll try. Hold on.
Doing the Scouse accent.
I think that my response could best be summed up like this. Because, Nunes, he's come to Liverpool and he's wearing the shirts, so I don't think we want Sonny, No, I just think. I mean, obviously, not to Bryce himself, but for me, it's like, who gives a fuck, If they went for him, they didn't get him, right? Fuck him. Right?
That's it.
Sonny is Tottenham. I love Sonny, and I'm fully convinced that he's going to stay a Spurs player until the day he retires from top level football.
I certainly hope.
But
so.
yeah, not to Bryce himself, because I like Bryce, even though he does tend to masturbate a lot.
Oh,
there you go. But yeah, I don't think it's all that thing. Yeah.
I think Bryce enjoyed your.
I've got what I call wank tapes with various different sort of accents that I can think. They are for sale. You have to pay for them because
I won't talk about the Indian one.
That's a blue movie. Sorry, guys. I just want to address the chat quickly, guys. I see you getting a little bit, heated with each other in the chat and everything, guys. I appreciate everybody having their opinions, but we're just going to keep this light, and we're going to basically. I'm not even going to address this stuff, to be honest with you, because I have something very important that I want to address before we wrap this show up.
Bobby,
too soon. Yeah.
Can I just say one thing, right? I'm not going to mention names or who said it in the chat.
No problem.
But as soon as football fans say things like football is about money first and trophies second, they have lost. You have lost as a fan. You've lost.
You're not a football fan.
Any understanding of what elite sport is about. Elite sport is to win.
Unless you've got a 7-figure business.
Yeah. Unless you're a millionaire. At the end of the day, you're either an ambitious owner who wants trophies, or you're an ambitious businessman who wants money, and maybe we might get a trophy.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't buy into that thinking.
Yeah, so. I can agree with that. Yeah. But no, definitely. You know what? I always appreciated everybody's opinions. I have mine. We all have ours. I respect everybody's views. By all means, you have them. But there's a nice way to have them too, and have them a little bit civilly, a little bit decent. We're all Spurs fans at the end of the day. We all support the same club, guys. So at the end of the day, we can share our opinions. Let's just try to be decent with each other about it. No need for name calling or putting somebody down or anything like that. Just pointless. But I do want to bring this up because
Kim's got a very important question.
Does she? Okay,
she does.
Sorry.
Very important question.
Coos, you want to bring that up there, Coos?
It is. This is vital. This next question. When will Bollywood remake James Bond with Jaminda Bond?
Whoa.
Wow. In the work.
You know what? Sure. I say the only way to address this question properly is to have some racial bias behind it. Bob?
Yeah.
Would you like to answer first?
I thought you were going to come to me with racist bias. Sorry about that.
Oh, okay. We could go that way either, yeah.
Bob, can I ask you a question? If BobSpur.
Oh, I'm Bobby. He's Bob. Yeah, right. Okay.
Oh, sorry, Bob. Can I ask you a question? If there is a remake and he's called Jaminda Bond, does that mean he then becomes 00 Singh?
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
that is exactly where we were going with this stuff.
Yeah, just to clarify.
Well, it'd be Gemus. It'd be Gemus, wouldn't it? It'd be Gemus.
No, I was thinking 007.
Yeah, 007. Yeah.
Ding 7.
Ding 7. It'd be Gemus Bond, and Bond in Punjabi is actually arse.
Yes. Yes.
Nice.
I think this was the question that Bob was referring to.
Can we go to the other question? That was quite an interesting subject.
The other
one. We gotta get back into this. So, what do you think, Stel? Would you like to see a Greek version made of James Bond first, or would you like to see the Bollywood version?
No. I want full blown racism. Yeah, a full blown Bollywood Indian remake. Yeah.
Now, do you think, because with James Bond you have a lot of the action sequences and stuff like that, it's going to be really hard to incorporate songs, which Bollywood is known for. So how do we incorporate dance numbers in between, an action scene here?
Really good fucking choreography.
Really good, eh? Yeah, but are we going to be like, do we do something where, I guess we're going to have to, no, I guess I'm skipping to the end if I say, do we do an ending where everybody combines for a big number? But that's Slumdog. Sorry, go on, Stel. Yeah.
But Bobby, you see, when it comes to songs, you got to look at the existing movies. So, for example, Diamonds Are Forever was actually the soundtrack as well.
Yeah.
So we've got to change the song. We've got to change the movie first. So instead of Diamonds Are Forever, we're going to go with Patels Are Forever.
What?
And then the song will be called, Patels Are Forever.
Oh, very good. Stel,
The
your Hollywood knowledge is impressive. Vava.
Thank you.
Kya baat hai.
But you'd have to rename them all, wouldn't you? You'd have a gold papadum,
And then
a man with the golden non.
Man with the golden nun.
Man with the golden non. You'd have a
and then it's an octopusy with octocurry.
yeah,
Octopussy trolls.
octopus troll. Yeah?
Octopussy troll.
No. You'd have From Gujarat with Love.
That's it. Yeah. Live and let die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Live or cook korma. Live or cook korma.
Live and let go.
Yeah.
Live or let dal.
Yeah. Live and let die. Talking of korma, do you know I was in a korma myself twice?
You were in a corner?
No, tell us about it, mate.
Yeah, I was in a coma. Yeah. Just thought I'd share that.
No way.
What was your favourite moment during that?
I don't want to go. You naked riding a horse singing a ding a ding a ding a ding a ding, but we won't talk about that.
Oh, just very quickly on the James Bond thing. The apparently the remake, the Bollywood
Not
remake
quickly.
is going to be
We're ending on this,
Thunderbolty.
so take your time. Go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead. The remake is going to be called Thunderbolty.
Yeah.
Thunderbundi?
Thunderbolty.
Oh, some of it lends itself as well. It's like you're shaken, not stirred.
That's
Yeah.
Yes.
Mango lassie, shaken not stirred.
Yeah,
There you go. There you go.
Do the accent. Do the accent, Bob. Shaken, not stirred.
Yeah, shaken not stirred.
Very
Do you
good.
know there's actually in India there's actually a Coca-Cola drink called Thumbs Up?
Yes.
Isn't there? Remember Thumbs Up? Yeah.
Yeah.
Thumbs
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, it's called
Thumbs
Thumbs Up. It's vile.
Yeah. It's
I last time I was there, Bob, I actually got
So it's
on
thumbs
the set
down.
seeing it.
Thumbs down.
I like my Limca, but Thumbs Up is disgusting, man.
disgusting, man.
It is horrible. Oh my goodness.
There's a YouTube channel somewhere out there. It does a lot of Middle Eastern gentlemen get together, tribal elders and people living in very remote areas, and they compare their local foods to what we have in the West, or like American brands like Coca-Cola and things. And they'll have it for the first time and then compare it to what they do. And it's weird looking at the differences because their version of a Coca-Cola, it's the same color and that's it.
A hamburger in Delhi is actually made out of lamb because obviously beef isn't allowed, so it's a lamb burger. Tell you what, it's not too bad.
No, it's good. I actually, Bob, I like the tikka burgers at McDonald's. I was shocked, man. The first time I went to McDonald's, I got all excited. And then when I went inside, they were like, "You do know you're not getting a cheeseburger." It felt kind of foolish when I turned around to my wife's aunt and said, "Why not?"
Mate, in Cyprus, they do the mukhalumi. Honestly, mukhalumi is serious. They replace cheddar cheese with grilled halloumi. Well, I say grilled. Hot plate. I'm just
Well, technically grilled. But
did you know Groundhog Day is Ben's favorite movie?
Never heard that before.
No.
They should do an Indian remake of that as well.
Oh, they should.
Did you guys know? Did you guys know that Groundhog Day is Ben Kaufman's favorite film?
Did you guys know BobSpur was in a coma?
I've heard another room.
Yeah,
No.
peace, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, please,
No, he's lying. He's lying. If he tells you that, just slap him. He's lying. He's lying.
The biography of Winston Churchill was his favourite.
You can fuck off, Christ. You can fuck off with that question.
Is he playing
Bryce, I'm going to say that's a hard no.
Have you guys seen? You guys must have seen A Clockwork Orange.
Yeah.
So there's a bit in that where he's sort of strapped to a chair, and he's forced to watch sort of various films and listen to Beethoven. Myself and Kim are going to have to force Bob to do that for the project that we have on, because I don't think there's any other way. He needs to watch it, but it's going to be hard to get him there.
Oh yeah. I'll happily sit there and watch it as long as I can watch it with my fucking eyes shut.
Yeah, that's all right. Turn the volume up.
Yeah.
A lot of it's talking. It's good.
Yeah.
Big up, mate.
What can you understand why I hate Shawshank Redemption?
Nah.
Is there a bit of you
No.
that can understand?
No.
It's a great movie.
I thought it was just racism thing because there's no Indians in the movie.
I've got this mental image now of the Shawshank Redemption. You remember the scene where Andy Dufresne locks himself in the warden's office and he starts playing the records over the tannoy system? What if it was Bangra that suddenly belts out then and all the prisoners?
There you go, baby.
You've got your dance scene there. It all works.
But by the way, I think I'm in love with a Bollywood actress called Katrina Kaif.
Yeah.
Katrina Kaif?
Yeah,
Okay, no. Okay, so she's a Bollywood person. She's not an actress because she can't act.
She's in a really. Do you know there's this Indian song that's blown up on TikTok? It's got 822 million hits, and everyone's doing.
That's nothing. There's more. There's
what is
some
it?
dude over
what
a
song
billion.
is it? Sing it to me. Sing it to me.
Sing it.
Can I play it or will it get copyrighted?
No, if it's just TikTok, right? TikTok.
Hold on, I'll tell you the name of it.
No, true. The one that I
can't sing it. I can't speak Indian.
All right.
The one from
I thought it to you,
RRR. Just when
can you, if it's a TikTok video, just share it like you did the other thing, Stel. That's fine.
Yeah,
we get copyrighted though.
Will we? I don't know.
Yeah, we will. It's called the Kala Kashma Indian Wedding Dance. It's blown up. Kala Kashma. I'll put it to you both.
Kala Chasma. Oh my
Chasma,
God.
Yeah. It's got the background beat to Michael Jackson MJ track, isn't it?
I knew there was some kind of pop beat.
Yeah,
it's got the MJ.
That's actually an old movie. That's old now. Stealth.
Now you mentioned the Michael Jackson part. I know the video now.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So what's happening is
I know it does look super hot in that video. I'll give you that.
I've just WhatsApped you both. What's happening is on TikTok, that song, there's a dance to it, and you've got all you know TikTok's just everyone's dancing away. Oh, yeah. It's gone nuts, and you've got people all over the world just doing the dance to the beat.
That song was out about 7-8 years ago, man.
Bryce is worried if you watch Shawshank Bollywood version.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that there's a I can't remember which Muslim country it was that's doing a version of James Bond, but in that he's called Jamal Bond.
Jamal, yeah.
So that's coming. Yeah. That's going to be interesting. No drink, no extramarital sex.
Oh,
shaken or shaken. Shaken or shaken.
I'll have a virgin vodka martini.
Is that halal?
It's just the olives. It's just 2 olives in a cup.
Yeah.
Bryce has got it wrong. His next comment. Have you seen the adult version, Shawshank? Yeah, it's called a Shawwank Redemption.
Shawwank Redemption.
Or Wank Redemption.
Wank Redemption.
Isn't it surely it's Shawwank ejaculation?
Yeah, Shawwank ejaculation.
I thought that was part 2.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, that is it for my banners. I've run out of shit to make up and hold you hostage for any longer. So
that was a very swift hour-long show, that one.
That was, yeah. I said we're only going to do an hour. Yeah. So, yeah, but Kuv, to be fair, I'm on Indian time.
Yeah, well, there we go. At least you got on Danny Kyriakos Greek time. That's
sporting predictions.
Oh shit! Yeah, we were supposed to talk about the game that's coming up.
Forget football. Forget football.
I predict there will be.
This is what happens when you let BobSpur on the show and you bring this combo of people in. Right?
Let's talk about another country.
All right, let's talk.
Let's
talk
be
about
racist
sporting for
towards
5 minutes. Yeah. Cool.
Let's talk about Africa. Let's talk about Africa.
Africa's beautiful, man. I'd love to go there one day. Kuv's thoughts on Tuesday's
What, the
game coming
whole
up.
continent?
Apparently, there's a football game coming up.
Yeah, all of it. All of it.
I'm just thinking Madagascar. That place never gets enough shit, does it?
Yeah. Nepal, good African country.
Do you know, I'd love to go.
I like Kenya.
Interesting point. Have you guys heard of the Mercato Atlas or map?
Ben would know it. It sounds like coffee.
I think Levy tried to sign him.
No, the Mercato map is the map that we're all used to at the moment, and in actual fact, it's so inaccurate, right? That if you notice, you look at it, Greenland is about the same size as Africa, even though Africa, I believe, is 6 times the size of Greenland. So next time you look at a map and see how big the countries in the north are, remember, it's nothing like that. I just thought I'd share.
Wait, Rez, is Greenland
Where's
actually the
Marbella?
same size as Africa?
Is Greenland what?
The same size as Africa then in the real world?
On a map, on the Mercato map, yes, it is roughly about the same size as Africa.
But in the real world?
In the real world, it's about a sixth of the size.
Oh, right, okay.
Makes sense.
What about Bradford?
It's only because of the way
Bradford.
because obviously so much of the land mass is in the north. It's because of trying to fit it according to the lines of what's it called, latitude, and so because of the way it was done, because of all the land masses, it was really, really inaccurate. There is a new way of mapping, but no, Bryce, it's not. It's actually mostly made of rock. But do you know why Greenland was called Greenland? Because the Vikings wanted people to emigrate there.
Yeah.
And so they made up the name. It's really green and lovely. We've called it Greenland. Why don't you go and set up camp there? And that's why it's called Greenland.
And I learned that from an episode of Vikings.
Sounds like something Levy would tell the fans. We're going to go to this new stadium, and when we go there, we're going to win loads of trophies.
Yeah.
Damn it, Stel, why do you keep talking about football?
Greenland. Sorry, fucking hell, mate. I'm just not feeling it. I'm not well.
And there's adverts in Norway saying, mum should have gone to Greenland.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. yeah.
Mum's gone to Greenland.
The Jolly Green Giants from there as well.
And in actual fact, if you go to Iceland, the supermarket, you can actually find products that come from those times of the 8th and 9th centuries.
Yeah,
they've got a very long shelf sell-by date.
Sell-by?
My dad took us to Iceland once. The supermarket. He told us it's just some holiday. It's a really good holiday.
Get in the car, kids. I like that actually. I like your dad already.
My parents used to send me to
saved a lot of money.
My mum and dad used to send me to the Brownies, thinking it's some kind of Indian community gathering.
Oh shit, man! I thought it was just sending you to your neighbor's house when they said go Brownies.
Yeah, why?
They
tried
that with me. I went to the neighbors. Yeah.
Sorry.
Why do you keep going though, Bob?
Oh, I don't know. It's
because it's full of little girls. It's full of little girls. Perfect.
Don't you start.
Now it's turning. Now he's
finally on the trolley. We finally got him off the football tracks. Yes.
In the wall returns.
Yeah. In the wall post game claims another victory. Add one count.
Me and Kim were chatting via text. When was it yesterday? And we're just talking in the wall shit, wankety wank stuff. Oh yeah. What was it about Rez? Oh yeah, he came round earlier and he dropped loads of dead prostitutes off. Like, all right, okay. Where's he gone? Oh, he was standing in the middle of a playground with his drag around. No context. And this is us having a civil conversation. So yeah.
While sat in the same room.
You're with the right girl.
Sat in the same room, next to each other.
Yeah.
And people claim Britain's broken.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not having it. I'm not having it.
That is true love.
They should do a new reality show, not called Britain's Got Talent, but Britain's Got Problems.
Yeah.
Shit, we could do a reality show so we can read
Britain's got Spurs fans.
Britain's got issues.
Oh, don't we all? Don't we all? Kuvs, I know I said I'd let you leave about an hour and 20 minutes ago. So
No, I was fine. I thought it was you that wanted to go. I was prolonging.
no,
it.
I thought you got to get up and get the kids ready. No, I don't got jack shit to do. It's 8 o'clock, man. I got to take my pills in about 7 minutes. But
All right, let's go for another 5 hours or so then, shall we?
two max. Yeah, 2 max. Yeah, but then Stel's gonna start talking about football.
Oh yeah, God, yeah.
No. Let's talk about Mongolia.
Okay.
Well, you know that's where I'm from, right?
I knew it.
I'm Mongolian. My
You got
ancestry.
that look.
Well, not only that, look at my last name, Kang. So our actually ancestry dates back and traces back to Mongolia, and you can find traces of us through China and the relations through Genghis Khan and the family chain coming all the way down. And all of that is complete bullshit. I have no idea where the fuck our last name comes from.
It comes from Australia, doesn't it, Kang?
Gang.
Yeah.
I was in kangaroo.
Yeah. That's what I tell the wife. Bounce, baby. What?
What?
Are your boys still
What?
What?
Are your boys watching, Bobby?
Hell no, man.
He's watching when he's doing the Kang anyway.
Daddy, why'd you bounce on Mummy?
And Mummy goes,
son. It wasn't a fucking stork that dropped you off.
No, it wasn't.
And why does she keep calling you Kang?
Yeah.
Why does Mummy
Slap
call
me,
you
Kang.
Daddy?
Slap me.
I didn't little K once walk in when Mama K was on top of you.
Oh yeah, probably. Who cares?
And then I think Mama K went to little K and said, "You're all right." And little K was like, "Mummy, why were you on Daddy like that?" And Mummy K, well, you know how Daddy's got a big belly. I was only on top of him to smooth it down, And little K went, "Don't bother, Mummy, because every time you're at work, next door neighbour comes around and blows him up again."
See, that is a lie. It's a lady 3 doors over because my neighbor is not attractive. Either side. No.
Did you know that 0.5% of the male population of the world's directly descendant of Genghis Khan? So if you got Mongolian blood, shows how much Genghis Khan got around. You've got your work cut out there, Bobby, to keep up the family tradition.
There you go. So I should go up there.
If you go to the northeast of Iran, you'll find a lot of people with what people would call Asiatic features, because that's the route that the Mongols took when they went basically conquered Asia, essentially, or conquered the steppes. So there's a lot of, I mean, there's actually a football player, I think, called something, I forgot his first name, Azadi, who, when I first saw him, I thought, are Japan playing? Because he was dressed in white. I thought Japan was playing, and it was actually Iran.
Oh,
yeah, because he looked far eastern, for want of a better phrase. I know that's not the politically correct phrase for using it, but yeah.
Bobby K.
Oh God, Stuart.
Can you bring back that message from Marinder Singh? 12:55.
Yeah. Mohinder Singh here is it looks like he's the knockout, so he's going to be coming down. So I know
the game isn't going to be at Tottenham though.
Yeah,
it's not going to be.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So Mohinder, if you are paying attention, apparently the game is being moved to Leicester, so you're going to have to find a way to get your.
Well, it might not be at Leicester. It might not be at Leicester because
it's not King Power?
No, because the Leicester Falcons are playing on the Saturday. And I think what they're going to do is they're going to move the Man City game to Leicester. There's going to be a lot of... We don't know where we're playing, basically. So if you're an away fan, you probably won't know till, Friday, 12 p.m. at night. That's how we do it nowadays. Just rearrange your life. No problem.
It's a joke.
It's a piss take. It's fucking
you know what? This Saturday... Yeah, I mean, just... fucking forget it.
They could do it as like reality TV element to it, couldn't they? 8 o'clock on match day morning. Now you have been drawn
to find us.
Newcastle, go.
Yeah, let's see who makes it.
Where's Wally? Where's Wally? Where's your match? Where's your match?
First 100 fans get in free.
And you live in Portsmouth.
Yeah. In terms of what's happening, if it's a policing issue, you can understand. Look, I mean, ultimately, the police will have to make sure the public safety is maintained, right? You can't argue that. But just some of the shit, the cancelling of last weekend's games or this weekend's games, it's still this weekend. I can't believe it. The cancelling of this weekend's game was probably the most idiotic move they could have made.
Rez, do you know why they did it?
It really was.
Do you know why they did it though? The real reason they did it.
Mm-hmm.
So you know the Liverpool. I don't know the history, but I know the Liverpool fans or the Scousers. They've got a big issue with the royal family and the Queen. A big issue. Mm-hmm. They were worried that there's going to be some chanting that they didn't want heard on the airwaves. So rather than just shutting that game, discriminating against them, they shut it all down. I know that had something to do with this.
You deal with it. It's not an excuse as far as I'm concerned.
I agree. I don't think they should have shut it down. I think it's.
And you know what? I don't think it would. I think that listen, no one will be that idiotic. I would, only one or two would be that idiotic.
You say that she's come under a lot of abuse online.
That's all it takes, though.
There's a lot of abuse online.
Jesus. You know what, Stel? Since you've told me about Twitter and how disgusting it is, honestly, I thought you were exaggerating with that when you told me that. I honestly, it's like when you guys are talking about this whole Ali Gold. I still haven't figured out how to use it because when it says somebody's liked the streamers commented, I don't know how to look to see what the hell they're even commenting on. So I don't even use it, and I don't want to learn. But sorry, Mohinder, I just want to let you know. The guys from Punjabi Spurs are actually they did a little show with us we recorded earlier. It will be on tomorrow. Fantastic guys. Talk to Josh, Biggie, any of the boys over there. They will let you know what's going on with the game. They're on Facebook. They're on Twitter. I believe they're on Instagram as well. Follow their socials and stuff like that. I'm sure they will keep everything updated in terms of what's happening with the game. Great bunch of guys. If you get to meet up with these guys, you're going to have a fantastic time. Excellent guys. Bob, you know the boys over at Punjabi Spurs, right?
Yeah, great,
good crew.
Great bunch of lads. Great bunch of lads. Apne bande,
that's it, man.
Look after you, man. If you get any problems and you need any help, just get in touch with anyone. But me.
Yeah, there you go. And they're really, really good.
Call the 18.
Call the 18.
Call the 18.
We're gonna call.
No, we're the brown team, so it's called the B team.
Yeah, the B team.
Yeah, Leicester Tigers are at home on Saturday. So yeah,
who are you gonna call? The Busters.
Any idea? Unfortunately, Mahinder, we don't right now.
No, not yet, mate.
Yeah.
No. All jokes aside, just DM me, Mahinder, if you need any help, mate.
Yeah, George, what you're saying, dude, it's not even making jokes. The shit on there is so disgustingly fucking vile, for lack of better words. That's it. I don't even want to talk about it.
Do you know to Twitter normally? How is that any different to Twitter normally?
Do you know what? Do you know what, right? I can understand why some people and some countries have got it in for the royal family and the Queen. I totally get it. What I don't get is you don't fucking do it when they die straight away, man. Give it a month or two and then have that conversation.
Yeah.
Doing it now is like the ultimate like the Queen physically went into a country and fucked it up, right? Maybe she's connected to the decision making. Who knows? I don't know my history. Like, you guys are far better history than I am. But it's the timing. Let the fucking woman rest, man.
Let the body get put in the ground even first.
Show some respect, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not royalist.
They won't get a reaction. They won't get a reaction.
If you've got nothing good to say about this now, just stay quiet for a bit. Just stay quiet.
But they don't.
Stay quiet.
Yeah, somebody with a half a brain would, though, but they don't. They want attention. Exactly.
They want the attention.
Yeah, and that's why, sorry, and I didn't really want to go on too much about this, but it's like what you said earlier, Rez, about that Jackie lady with the fish and chip shop. You know, went out, made a very bad decision, but she wanted attention. She was trying to get attention for promotion towards her shop, for promotion for herself, for whatever, regardless. She didn't get the attention she wanted. But at the end of the day, you went out there looking for attention. You went out there and made the decision as a grown-ass adult with hopefully at least a half a brain to do that. And these are the repercussions of your decision. So I don't feel bad.
You got to be very careful there, Bobby. You got to be very careful.
Allegedly, she did all this stuff. So
no, allegedly she did.
She did. Yeah,
she did do this. But the problem is,
no, but she's done it before. There's other stuff. If you look on the Twitter, all the anti-vaxxing, racist comments.
If anything, that actually puts more of the onus or more of the responsibility on those that have attacked her. Okay, we have law in this country, right? And even the Queen and now the King is actually subject to that law. Yeah. All right. We cannot take the law into our own hands, and we certainly cannot take the law into our own hands if someone is stupid, if someone says something we don't like, because ultimately that way chaos lies.
Fair enough.
Because I could dislike something that Bobby says. I dislike a lot of what Bobby says, and I punch him for it. But that could be replicated many times. No, you could, it would just come to a point where we are just fighting each other, because especially nowadays where everything is offensive, apparently.
Yeah. It is. You got to walk on eggshells for everything. It's disgusting. Sorry, I just want to
I'm offended. I'm offended by the fact you say everything's offensive.
I'm offended by you being offended. So sorry, Stuart. What happened is there's technical issues on my end. Obviously I'm the one Indian guy in the world that can't provide any tech support and needs it consistently. The show will be up tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. our time, 8:30 p.m. your team. Yeah. I
just want to say my bit on the.
You mean your name's not Gary? You're not going to help me.
I've not spoken. Yeah, I've not spoken about the passing of the Queen. I'm not a royalist, but my heart goes out to Charles. As someone, Stel lost a mum. I lost mum and dad. So someone and he's lost his mum and dad in close proximity as well. In close,
18 months. Less.
Yeah. And I lost mum and dad in the space of what? 10 months, 8 months, 8 months.
Yeah, 10 months.
I could hide away. Well, if anyway, I hid in a coma, but I could hide away and get away from the world and get over it. The guy's within hours, not in front of just the country, but the whole world. The guy's lost his mum and dad, man. He's an orphan.
Yeah,
that's a hard thing to take. So my heart goes out to Charles, because no one can imagine what the man's going through. So big up to him, man. I'm not a royalist. The only reason I started with the Royals was around the Princess Diana, because I thought she was fit. But big up Charles.
There are things you've got to bear in mind. These are the things you've got to bear in mind. When the Queen was never supposed to be Queen in that sense.
Yeah.
It was an accident of history. It was an accident of history that
she actually something to do with her uncle or something like that.
So basically, George V had 3 sons, I believe, or certainly had 2 sons. I know that much, and one of them was actually Prince David, I believe it was, and he became king, right, when George V passed. However, at that time, and he took the regnal name Edward VIII. At the time, he was having a relationship with a woman by the name of Wallis Simpson. And Wallis Simpson was a twice divorced woman. So she'd had 2 husbands previously. And essentially the country, the establishment, those in authority said, Your Majesty, you cannot marry Wallis Simpson. Wallis Simpson cannot become queen. We cannot have a twice divorced woman as the queen consort to the king. So you have to choose. Either you put Wallis Simpson aside or you put the throne aside. And he chose Wallis Simpson and abdicated. So he stood down. He said, I no longer will be king. Because he had no issue, and in actual fact, Edward VIII or the prince never went on to have any children. The next in line to the throne was his brother, which was Prince Albert.
Okay.
Prince Albert became king and took the name George VI as his regnal name. He had 2 daughters, Princess Elizabeth and Princess Margaret. And because he became king, when he died, his eldest child because he had no sons, became queen, and she became Elizabeth II. So, and she became 70 years the longest reigning British monarch of all history.
Yeah,
purely because her uncle chose to marry someone rather than keep the throne of England, right? And it was the United Kingdom. And so it's all accidental. And the thing you've got to bear in mind is that Charles, who was 3 when Queen Elizabeth became, sorry, I should say His Majesty now, I do apologize. His Majesty was 3 when his mother became queen. So for 70 years, his entire life has been as the heir apparent. And everything that his life has encapsulated has been about preparation for taking the throne. The one thing, whether or not you're a royalist, whether or not you're a monarchist, whether or not you're a Republican, whether or not you like or dislike it, the one thing you've got to bear in mind is that these people don't really have a normal life or a normal existence. Yes, it's privileged. Yes, it's luxurious, but it's not normal, because whoever is in line to the throne has to prepare for the possibility that one day they will accede to the throne. You know, so
who's the heir now? Is it William?
William is the next in line to the throne. Yeah.
So he now lives to become king. Then that's his. He'll be prepped.
If he survives long enough, yes, he will be the next king, essentially. And then if he passes without, before his father, then the next in line is Prince George, his son.
Just had a tweet from UEFA Champions League. As a mark of respect of her late Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, fixtures set to be played in England on the 13th and 14th of September will be postponed. Details regarding the rearrange. We're playing
That's
away.
good. That's good for us, because now Chelsea and Man City are going to get backlogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good point, Stel. Yeah, that does.
But weirdly, they've deleted that message now.
Oh, do you know why, Bob? It might be a case that Chelsea agreed to play it on a neutral location, like let's play it in Ireland, let's play it in France.
Could be, yeah.
Because they're not going to want to not play that game. That's going to cause them all sorts of problems.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense, guys.
Can I just add to something Bob said earlier, right?
Yeah, please.
He's bang on the money, Listen, whatever people's opinion are of the Queen, it's each to their own. But you've got to show respect to people that do love her, whether it's Charles, whether it's royalists, whether it's the extended. Yeah. Just show some fucking respect to them. Give them their time. Let them grieve. Let them do the funeral. Then if you want to go in, because it's going to happen anyway. But it's the timing, man. Let people fucking grieve, man. It's out of order. It's out of order. Honestly, I hate it. Bob's spot on what he said. Bang on the money.
Yeah.
Can I continue? Can I continue on my history lesson?
Sorry.
I have to add some more history.
You can in a second after Kuva goes.
We'll go back to sort of the Aztec era with you.
Yeah.
The Incas.
It's not just friends and family though with the Queen, is it? She is very much the nation's. She has been a queen for the nation for all of my lifetime. And as Bob keeps pointing out, I'm about 250 years old now, and
are you really?
So there is yeah.
You don't look older than 100.
I was going to say 140, 100.
Right? Means a lot, lads. Yeah, cheers. Cheers. You're not allowed to drop C bombs on this channel, are you? No,
you can. We're way past 10 minutes, man.
No, it won't anyway. Out of respect.
What do they call it when you're hunting a chicken?
That's the thing, because even if you don't agree with royalty, as I certainly don't, and Bob said the same with the rest, you have to at least acknowledge the people of the country and have a vague grasp of what people are feeling, the emotion that goes with it. Unless you're completely, off your rocker in some way, like some people seem to be, it's such an obvious reaction you're going to get if you go against the grain. So as Stel says, just be respectful. It's so simple. It doesn't cost anything.
Yeah.
Just bite your tongue.
Don't say anything. Yeah.
Needless.
But the fact, unfortunately, Kuv, the fact that they know they're going to get a reaction, put them in the limelight. This Juju, whatever her name is,
God.
She's getting so much attention. Hey,
Yes.
She's getting followers.
She's a weapon. She's a weapon, man. Absolute weapon.
Well, I think the thing is there to reply to somebody like that is you ridicule them on the same media. It's the only way. You don't stoop to the level of going to violence and death.
Kuva, do you know what cracks me up? Have you guys heard of Andrew Tate?
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
Right. He's quite masculine, alpha male. He's blown up massive on YouTube, and they're counselling him. He's getting counselled everywhere. Yet people come out, make insane shots at the Queen. They don't get counselled. Now keep that ticking. So social media's got a fucking big part to play in this crap as well. They're doing nothing about it. They're letting it play out.
Was Trevor Sinclair drunk?
Huh? I think he's just stupid.
Was Trevor Sinclair drunk to send that tweet out?
Bobby, do you know what upsets me about things like that? What he did? Do you know what upsets me about that? And it upsets me. It fucks me off. People that live here, that live in England and slag off, mate. It's your choice to live here. If you don't like the fact there's a royal family, you don't have to live here.
Yeah,
you don't have to. Yeah. You're choosing to accept.
No, you know what? I don't. No. I don't agree with that stance. The idea that if you don't,
I'm quite harsh, Rez. I'm quite harsh with my thinking.
Because you know what?
We should get Stel talking about football again.
No, but you know what? Look, no, because then what you're saying is that what you're saying in that scenario is you should essentially accept everything that exists now. We should never have elections. We should never have political debate or anything like that. It is okay to oppose things that you don't agree with, but the idea that it should be in line with just what one thinks is the wrong attitude to take. If you don't like it, express your opposition and convince others that you have made the right case. But it's not a case of saying, because this exists, it is wrong, and likewise, because it exists, it is right. There is room for opposition. It depends on how you.
But the royal family aren't going anywhere, are they, Rez? It's part of the country. It's like they're the rulers of the land.
You say that, but anything could happen. Anything could happen. At the moment, the monarchy is a fact of life in this country. They might go away. There are individuals out there who are staunchly Republican, who don't believe in the idea of a monarchy, who don't believe in the idea of an inherited head of stateship. But, just because they're the minority right now doesn't mean that one day they won't be the majority. Because, and funnily enough, a little bit of history for you. Prince Philip was part of the Glucksburg family, which was the royal family of Denmark and Greece.
He's the Prince of Greece.
In Greece, he was. The Greek royal family no longer exists.
He has a Greek penis. He has a Greek penis.
In 1976 or 1974, something like that. In Greece, they had after the military junta was taken out, they had a referendum, and the Greek people ratified the abolition of the monarchy that had happened back in the mid 60s. So it can happen. Obviously, England and the UK is quite a stable country. The idea of a massive political upheaval of that nature is pretty unlikely, but it could happen. And so I have no issue with anyone who is a monarchist. I have no issue with anyone who's a Republican. As far as I'm concerned, it's not actually the most important aspect of politics anyway. If people want to oppose, let them oppose. That's my view of it.
Fair enough. Well, guys, I think we have made up for the fact that we didn't do a show last week, Kuva, or the week before there. So that hour and a half we just added to this show, clearly, obviously. We are well over time, and I have one little thing I wanted to do with you boys before we head it off in tribute. So, I just saw your comment, Bob. Frick. So, guys, it's very simple. It's called Quickfire. I'm going to steal from the legend himself, BobSpur, because if he's in the show, I don't think he can copyright me. Very simple. change your name to the answer that is your answer, and the points don't matter. I don't even know how the fuck he comes up with the points, but I will attribute some sort of point system, and then we will decide who the winner is at the end. So, gentlemen, welcome to Quickfire. Hopefully you are ready. Yes.
I'm happy to do this part of the show. I just wanted to ask, are we at some point going to do score predictions for Tuesday? If not, it's fine. I just wanted to know.
No.
You know what? Let's just get this football shit done and over with. Because clearly it's in the back of your mind. You're not going to let it fucking go. So go ahead. Stel,
he can't stop himself, can he?
He just can't help himself.
I'd like to.
God bless you. Thanks for joining us, Stel. I suppose we should talk a little bit of football. There's people in the chat that I guess like the sport. So
I'd like to go last.
You'd like to go last? Okay, then. Well, then let's go. Let's go, Bob. What do you think? How are we gonna do?
4-1.
Good night, Kimmy. 4-1.
Yeah,
that's a unique scoreline from you.
Who to?
Spurs all the way, man. Spurs all the way.
You guys throw your comments in, throw your predictions into the chat as well here. Mari's already come in 3-1 Spurs. Go on, Resi.
4-1 Spurs. 4-1 Spurs.
4-1 Spurs. Moves.
Yeah.
I think we're going to lose 1-0.
Okay. Honest prediction.
Just do.
Stelly?
No, I'm going last.
Oh, so that means I've got to go? Oh, I thought I got to bypass this point.
If you don't mind.
I'll go. Yeah, but the way they beat Frankfurt, I don't think it's going to be that easy of a walkthrough. I'm going to go 2-1 Spurs.
2-1. I'm going 1-1.
1-1.
Amazing.
Why did you want to go last for that prediction? There's something I could see it in your face. There's something brewing, and you wanted to really get that prediction out. So, since you're the guy that likes to talk about that football. Go ahead. Why don't you explain your prediction to me?
No, I just wanted to go last. Because Red said it last time. I just wanted to be like.
Oh, okay. All right. All right,
taking a fucking piss.
I had the urge. I just fancied. I just want to go last.
You had the urge.
I just think we're not playing very well. Away trips in Europe are always difficult.
Go back to your bloody cake.
Go back to smashing plates.
There you go. Sorry, Koovs, you were saying?
Sorry, Koovs.
We're not playing well, and it's an away trip in Champions League. It's going to be a tough game. They're not nearly as bad a side as half our fans seem to think so. And I think it's one of these ones we are going to struggle. We are seriously going to struggle. So I can see us actually losing this one. Hopefully, I think 1-1. I'd take it now if that was on offer.
That's fair enough.
I'll answer this one. Hell yeah, he does. You know who loves him in this house? That guy.
Because he played for. It's because he played for. Sporting.
Oh, he played for Sporting. That's right. Didn't he come through their academy?
Yeah.
That's where we go. Oh wow, that's good. Okay, I didn't even think about that angle. Very good question then. That's very interesting. Yeah. All right, gentlemen, it's very simple. The game is called Quickfire. I will give you two choices. You write your choice into where the hell did I just had it in front of me? Oh no, I didn't. I wrote it in here. I'm getting smart. Yeah, I'll give you two choices. Pick one, and then from there I will determine what points Little K would give you. It's very simple. Okay. So let's just keep it simple.
We change our name, did you say? Change our display?
Yeah, just change your name to the answer. Yeah. Right. And then what do you do, Koovs? We show the names. How do you do it, Bob? Why don't you explain it? Because this is something you do on your show when you do the name thing. So you make them bring up the name when?
Question, get them to put the name in, and after 3, reveal it all together, all in one go.
All right, so Koovs, I'll let you take over. Actually, no, because you can see all the questions there. Damn it, you've got all the answers. So Koovs, go ahead. You want to do the countdown and stuff, and I'll just start the show here.
Nah, not ready.
Not really? Okay, then. It's Quickfire, boys. Very simple. Marvel or DC?
Am I playing this one as well?
Why not? You didn't want to. If you're not going to run it, you got to play it. Okay? You don't get to sit here and be a pretty face. Otherwise, Stel's going to start talking about fucking football again.
Quick.
Quick. Are we ready? One.
So I think it's going to be 1-1. Oh, sorry.
1-1 between Marvel and DC.
Yep.
Yeah.
1,
Funny
2,
you should say that.
3. Bring up your answers.
You need to take off the Marvel or DC thing.
I knew that. Just testing you, Stel. I was just.
Miserable git.
What the fuck? So Rez clearly gets a big fat fucking 0. And all of you get 114 points, is it?
114.
100, okay, so that's 114 each.
I'll take that.
Okay, so that's it. So the 4 of them are.
Although I think I should get 115 because mine's in capital letters.
Which is wrong.
So you get a point deducted for that for incorrect grammar. So 113
right.
there.
You
forget who our parents are?
I put a full stop at the end of mine, which is grammatically correct. So should I get a bonus point for that?
Oh, you know what? For that alone, just for the grammar, I'll give you 3 points. So we've got 114 for Kuva, 114 for Bob, 113 on Stel, and then 3 for the Resonator.
Yes.
Next one, boys. And ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's do the reveals. What do we got? And again, Stel gets his grammar mark again. Kuva does no deductions at all because he's the co-host. And Rez gets bonus points just because I fucking like the answer and it's very good. And Bob gets perfection points. So that's it. We will award all this at the end. Next one.
Yeah.
Now this one's personal because this is the this is one that if you watch the intros to the videos, you'll see one of these is hanging on the wall in this room. So this is not Little K's question. This is mine. So points will be given by me. Answers are in. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, go.
Ding ding.
So racist, man.
I know. I am.
So racist.
Teddy Klinsman. Va, Stel. Va. That is a double point bonus.
A negative score. That's a negative score, I think.
I know he said double. He said double.
No, I give him double. You get triple bonus points for getting the correct answer right away. Next one. Ready, boys?
Kenny for the Winnie.
Ooh.
Oh, it depends on what you order, man. Depends on what you order.
Oof. So I'll give you guys extra time on this one because I know they're getting a little bit harder now. So,
do you know what? There's only one answer. There's only one answer. I hope you all answer the same. Otherwise, I'm going to get very upset. Food is a very delicate subject. It's
especially with you. Well, you know what? I figured there's 2 things I know you love: food and football, and one I don't want to talk about.
Yeah. So back to the thing we want to talk about.
Back to food.
It's true. See,
Bobby, you should have been there for Stel's barbecue. Just the stuff that he served, man. Fucking
potato salad, man.
Well, there's
that potato salad.
You can do a barbecue in January, can't you, Stel?
Mate, the chopped tomatoes were sublime.
Yeah.
Do you know what I really enjoyed? The salt was just the best.
I like the plates.
Were they smashed?
Oh shit! I'm really behind here. I guess I should have been. Good evening, guys. Oh my god! I should have. Yeah, shoot. I
Big up Lisa.
Lisa's in the house. Always here, man. She's fantastic.
Lady with the fastest fingers. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Always.
We're answering back.
What movie is this from? Swing.
That's from a few different movies, isn't it?
No.
Over here, baseball movies.
Field of Dreams.
Right. It was from. They were in a baseball stadium when he said it. Swing.
Is that one where the kid falls and he breaks his arm and he gets the magic glove or something like that? And he starts.
No.
That's your wanking.
That's
Disney one.
I don't know what movie.
Oh, that was the Bollywood version of the movie.
Is it Dark Knight Rises?
That's not Shawshank Redemption.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh, I've not seen it.
Yeah.
You haven't seen Ferris Bueller?
No, he was
Shut up,
in a
Bob.
coma.
I was
Yeah,
in the
there's a
coma.
coma.
Of course. It was
Yeah,
on during
he was in a
Christmas,
coma. Yeah. So, boys, you got your answers up?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Let's see what you got.
Yeah.
Well done, lads. Well done.
Well done. 114 points all around. All around.
Although,
Only
can I
if
say,
it's a decent Burger King. If it's a shit Burger King,
it's no
shit
good.
Burger King is wreck, right?
I didn't know there was
the
shit burger
one in
King. Is that
Camden
possible?
that's closed now. The one in Camden, they never cooked the buns properly, so you get
that was terrible, that one.
really raw. Yeah, but if it's done properly and they look thing, it's better than McDonald's.
It's got to be McDonald's for the fries, though. I think.
Well,
I agree on that. Yeah.
Do you know what,
See,
Mari?
that swing bat about a thing. Leo knows what I'm talking about. That's the movie, Rookie of the Year. It's in that too.
I've never heard of it.
It's
Can
a
I
cheesy
say-
Disney crap movie.
It's what you
Mari-
do at baseball games. At baseball games, you go, "Hey, batter," to put the batter off, basically.
Yeah, that's pretty
I
much
I thought
it.
they go. I thought they say defense. Defense.
That's
No,
basketball.
that's football.
But a lot of chippy owners say that as well, don't they?
But not Jackie right now.
Yeah. And of course, being Indian, I prefer Burger Singh.
Oh, way to go.
Oh, good man. You see,
You mean you don't go to McHinder's?
fucking disgrace. See, Mari.
You're being madly racist. Samosas or pakoras, guys?
1 minute. You see, Mari. He said chicken nuggets, and that's the only reason I wanted to put McDonald's, because the chicken nuggets are so fucking good. But
Yeah.
no, I couldn't. The Burger King Whopper, it kicks ass, man.
That's
It fucking kicks
It
ass.
is
Double
the
Whopper
one with
with
the Whopper.
cheese.
Ah, double Whopper. Fuck my life.
The one that, you know what? The Burger King
fancy
sort of. The
I'm
Burger
getting fucking
King
hungry
attempt-
now too. This is a bad idea.
Yeah, I say the attempt. It wasn't an attempt. It was a good burger. The Big King, which was basically their Big Mac. It was like a Big Mac without the middle piece of bread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was superior to McDonald's. That really was. That was
Where's Five
tasty.
Guys in this? Where's Five Guys?
Yeah,
in?
where is
Carl-
Five?
Carl-
I don't
Carl
rate
isn't
Five
here.
Guys. I don't rate Five
Carl
Guys.
isn't here.
Carl isn't here.
Carl-
That's disappointing.
Oh, actually, in America, In-N-Out Burger's pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Have you got In-N-Out in Canada, Bobby?
Yeah, extra mayo.
No. There's a place around the corner called In-N-Out Car Wash. And then there's a massage parlor that's called In-N-Out. I don't know why.
Interesting.
Oh yeah.
Also, In and Out Car Wash.
Bobby K, I have an important question.
Oh, then I have a made-up answer.
What's a pakora?
Oh, that's the one that's
Onion
like
bhaji.
the potato ones that are like the
Onion
smaller
bhaji.
ones.
We call it
Onion
bhaji.
bhaji.
Oh, is that what you guys call it there? Okay, there you go. There you go.
Onion bhaji.
Oh, in which case, hold on, I
God.
need to change my.
Oh, then you got to change answers.
big-
So,
it's-
answers are changing now. Answers are
Big
changing.
plate full of both. Is that an answer?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. For you, Kuva, it's your show.
George is right. Wimpy man.
Like the guy beside you says, it's our show. We do what we want. We
Yeah.
do what we want. I have to speed it up, but we're gonna do what we want. Where am I? Okay, boys, got your answers in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See 'em. Really, Bob?
Yeah. Fresh pakora, man.
Oh, homemade pakora.
Homemade.
Okay, that's a different story now. Okay, yeah, since you added the homemade, that gets you bonus point.
See, the thing is, again, it's like with the Burger King. If you've got somewhere that does a good pakora, I mean, they know what they're doing, and it's not dry, and it's not overly greasy, and it's not all soggy in the middle. Fucking amazing. But it's
You're
rare.
You're going to be here
really-
with my mother-in-law here, Rez, and she makes homemade ones. And you wait till you have them.
Oh man.
Yeah.
If she,
Yes,
if
she makes
she
her-
would be kind enough
Oh,
to make
dude,
me a
you watch
pakora.
how fast she fucking makes them too. It'll actually shock you. Yeah, you wait. I don't think you're gonna. Yeah, maybe you should come to me at the end of your trip, not at the beginning, because you might not leave. You might say, "Fuck the CN Tower. I just stay here and eat for a week straight."
I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. Controversial as it may sound, but if it's not using Bob's buttered ghee, I don't give a shit.
Oh yeah.
Just put it out there.
Yeah.
Just put it out there.
Yes, but you like Bob's.
Do I get bonus points for pointing out the spelling error? Iron Man is 2 words.
No, it's not. Not in the movie.
It is.
So what's the question?
Oh, sorry. Hold on a second.
That's okay. I just didn't see it.
Yeah. No, I'll bring it back up here. And while Rez sits here and tries to break this shit down, we'll do this. Tell me about spelling mistakes on my fucking show. How could you fucking cover my show? Tell me about fucking spelling mistakes, man. I don't have my daddy here with a red pen right now. Oh, fucking hell.
Sorry. No. Why does Rez get closer to you and I get pushed away?
Oh, don't be like that, Stelly. Don't be like that. Oh, come on, baby.
All right.
Yes. I don't know how to move people. Oh, there we go. I figured it out. There we go. There you. Now I let you be on top of me, Stelly. Happy?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I like that.
Okay. There you go.
Now I can sit on you. Yeah.
Hey. Did you just say you could shit on me? What the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Maybe we should get you talking about football again. Everybody's got their answers in? There's only one answer on this one, boys. I warn you now. And if it's the wrong one, you get negative points. Let's see what you got.
Right, I want res deducted because I've used a full stop, and I want bonuses because I've used his full stop.
But you spelled it wrong.
I give you extra half point. 114.5.
You spelt it wrong.
No.
2 words. Iron Man.
Then why did you spell it with 1 word?
I didn't.
No, I just wanted to see if you'd look at it. I just wanted to see if you'd look down and to check your spelling, and you did. That's made you look. The next easy one for you guys.
Okay.
Rez knows what I'm going to say.
Yep.
The clicking has stopped. We got our answers in. Let's have the reveal.
Hold on.
Sorry, Lisa in the comments. Are you from Chicago? I know. I've asked her 100 times.
I know she's in the States. Yeah, I don't.
I'm going to Chicago in November.
Met Mike at a restaurant years ago. Yeah, he's a big dude. Nice guy.
Chicago. I'm in Chicago for the Liverpool. Of course, I missed the Liverpool home game. Of course. No. I'm in Toronto. I'm with you, Bobby, for that.
You're with us for that. Yeah.
Yeah, I missed the Leeds game. I'll give a shit. Fuck Leeds. Shit game anyway.
That's okay. Then you can go to
There's a lot of correct answers in the chat at the moment.
There's a lot of correct ones, yeah? Everybody's getting it?
My God.
Well, I hate to be the one to say it. They say what?
In Canada, Burger King still do the Big King.
Yes. Yeah, but the meat quality is different here.
Now, man, I'm starving.
I wonder where Rez is going when he goes to Toronto. Let me have a guess.
Mate, I'm doing Popeyes,
McDonald's, Burger King.
We can't have the Big King in this country at the moment because it's disrespectful this soon.
All the local delicacies.
Oh, okay.
All the traditional Canadian foods.
No. It's so funny. He told me about this one restaurant that's poshy, and then the rest were like Popeyes, McDonald's, Burger King. And I'm like, you do know we have better options here.
What's the poshy one?
Yeah, but you've got to tell me what the options are.
Oh, it's a steak.
Six Guys.
The steak place, Six Guys. That's the Indian knockoff version of Five Guys.
Yeah. Brian Daigle
pronounce it Chicks Guys.
Rez, you got to go to this place. Do you know what? Freaking hell, what's it called now? Oh, fuck my life. It's called Spring Sushi. Spring Sushi. Apparently, it's really good.
Well, food.
That's a problem.
No, over here it's called just Spring Rolls. Is that the place you're talking about?
No, it's Spring
Chinese
Sushi.
Food. Okay, there's a place called Just Spring Rolls, and it's fusion Japanese Chinese food.
Brian Daigle sent me a link to the website. I'm sure it's called Spring
Yeah, there's a
Sushi.
place called Spring Sushi in Toronto.
Okay, all right.
But the problem is, that I'm not. I don't. I wish I did, but I don't like fish.
Also, you got to go here. Wonders Pie in the Sky. They do 50 kind of dessert pies.
Yeah, Wanda's is fantastic. Yeah,
we'll do that Saturday, Bobby, as part of our guys out in Toronto. And obviously, I've got to go to Tim Hortons at some point.
Yeah.
What's Tim Hortons?
Tim
coffee
Hortons.
place.
There's one in London. There's one in Hodgson.
Oh, is there one there now?
What is it?
There's one about 10 minutes drive from here.
What is it?
A coffee place, like your Costa Coffee.
Oh, right, okay.
But they do burgers and shit, man.
I like 5 tons of donuts. That's the thing. I want to. It's not because it's necessarily good, but it's because it's so quintessentially Canadian. I want to try it.
Yeah. Sorry, Stel. Lisa is responding to you here.
The big debate where I'm from Mid-State, IL. Is that Illinois?
That's Illinois. Yeah, that's the state.
Closer to St. Louis from where we were. All right. Do you know what? She's told me this 20 times, and the next show she's on, I'm going to ask her the question again.
Yeah.
I know.
All right, guys, we got one last question here for you. And then Mexico is going to Mars. He's going to be coming.
What do you say about cider and beer?
No, I didn't. Oh, we didn't even finish that one yet. Yeah.
No, let's leave this one unknown.
What was the answer here?
Ruined it.
What? Sorry. Well, you got control too.
I can't stop you pressing buttons, can I?
Burger King or McDonald's.
Yeah, I'm moving away. Go ahead.
No. I'm not doing it now.
Ruined.
We're going to be here
Worse
all night,
than the kids sometimes.
Right? Can someone give someone else control, please? I think everyone should have control.
That is done. That's it.
Go. That's it. Last one coming up then.
This is it. This is the very last one.
There's 2 though.
Okay. I think it should be Emerson or Doherty. Emerson or Doherty.
Yeah. We will be heading for mango or pineapple.
Right. Can I say it depends where the mango's from?
Depends what you're doing with it.
Well, it's either Norway or India.
Rather have a mango than a pineapple.
If it's South India,
Kuv The Kang.
it's mango.
Yeah. Mango's brutal, but pineapple, Jesus.
Guys, do you know what I found today?
Pineapple.
A mango pineapple? A mangapple?
Sainsbury's now do. Sainsbury's, they do white pineapple.
Racist.
That's so racist.
Taste the difference range. White pineapple. Look. I swear to God, I saw it.
Tastes like grapefruit.
It's called white sugarloaf pineapple. Sweet and juicy. Oh, yeah. Look.
What, because pineapple is dry and sour?
No, they're just trying to call my nickname for rest.
Fruits you can get.
You can't even drink pineapple juice. You have to just rub the pineapple on your tongue.
How dare you
drink?
Never disrespect canned fruit. Canned fruit is really good for you.
So you got
canned strawberries. I will disrespect canned strawberries every time.
Can I say I quite like?
I've never seen canned strawberries. The fact that there's such a thing is just vile.
I don't think they exist.
I'll bring some over. I'll bring some over for you.
Hey, canned pineapple's nice.
No. Rez, actually, sorry. Can you bring Yorkie, Wispa, and Yorkie, and then Wispa? Fuck me, brother. I will love you and make my mother-in-law make you fresh pakoras the minute you land. If you bring over Monster Munch pickled onion, the green one.
Can he have your mother-in-law for a night?
Yeah, well, where do you think he's sleeping? There's only one guest room here.
I've got to take custard creams for Brian Daigle's wife. Apparently, the custard creams in Canada aren't very good.
No, there should. Yeah, even we get the English chocolate here. We get it in the shops here, but it's because it's made here. It's manufactured or produced here. It's not the same because the milk and the water is different.
You got a different type of jizz. It's a different type of jizz.
Yeah, it's the jizz is just not the same. It's just that English jizz is it's sweeter, I guess, right? So
do you want me to jizz on the Yorkie bars before I bring them over?
Just mine.
Depends how your mother-in-law likes it.
Yeah.
Can I say canned peaches?
Bring up George's.
Canned peaches.
Bring George's thing up very quickly.
Bring George's up. Yeah.
I saw a can. I saw that. I bought one. Yep, I bought one I ate it, and I regret it.
Oh,
And I lost my left toe.
Yeah.
And I lost 2 toes.
Really,
It tasted
was
like pineapple.
it was one of the most wretched things I've ever eaten. It
Rez,
was
why did you do it?
because I wanted to try it.
Curiosity.
I was interested in it.
Surely after the first
Horrible.
bite, you had an idea of where it was going. Like,
Yes, it was just a bite.
Straight
That's all
out.
I ate of it.
Surely,
That's
as
all
soon
I
as you
ate.
read the
And I
can,
still
and it
regret
said,
it.
I really
surely
just
as soon
want-
as you read the can, it said cheeseburger. You knew where it was going.
yeah.
Well,
That's
this
the
is
same
the thing.
place
I mean,
McDonald's is.
I should have. You would think to yourself, how. It was like a trick question. I thought to myself, it can't be horrible. They can't produce it and know how awful it was be and just continue.
And still
with it.
continue to do it.
But they did.
Of course.
But they did.
Because there's people like you that are curious and will buy it and eat the damn thing.
How much of a market is that, really? How much of a market is
Just to
It
clarify
depends.
how bad
How much
this
was
was. Can you clarify whether the burger in a can included the bun?
Yes.
No. I could understand if it was just the burger, but not.
Do you know what, Rez?
It
I
even had ketchup on it.
Oh God!
Do you know what? I saw that can as well, and I considered buying it. But when I read the ingredients and I saw horse meat, I thought I'll put it back.
No, mate. The thing about it is that it's not the ingredients per se, apart from the fuck ton of additives. It's just you
Yeast.
can't make something like that and keep it fresh and keep it in some thing that you could potentially make it recognizable as a cheeseburger.
It's like a canned kebab.
Shit. Yeah, exactly. It would. I mean, my
canned kebab, please.
It was.
Bob, you and me are starting a group according to Bryce here.
Yeah.
You
As you can
think
sing.
All right, Koovs, let's reveal the answer for the final one there, my friend. Who's got it right? And nobody got it right.
Reds.
Oh, mate, I love pineapple. I
do as well.
I fucking love pineapple.
In fact, if you have the option of the two together, I would be very happy.
Guys, next time you come to my house, this is what we'll do, right? We'll get a pineapple, peel the edge, and then I get a thick skewer right through the middle, and I spit roast a pineapple. Oh, man.
Doesn't it dry it out, though? Doesn't it dry it out?
No, you got to slice it as it's cooking like a doner and eat as you go.
Yeah,
gorgeous. Roasted pineapple is beautiful.
That with a bit of vanilla ice cream, full fat, is the fucking.
Next time you do it, Estelle, next time you do it, sprinkle a tiny little sprinkling of nutmeg over it. Right? As it's cooking, mate.
Game changer.
It will blow your bollocks off.
Oh, I love my bollocks being blown off.
I love watching his bollocks.
Watching or participating is the word you're probably looking for.
No, catching with the mouth.
Column A, column B, put them together. Hey. Well, guys, we do have a winner and we have a loser. So, game well played. Yeah. And that's it for our show today. So thank you. We're not going to tell you who won. I'm not going to tell you what the point total was.
Can we guess who won?
No. Can we give ourselves some points?
What Koov's in charge? Koov?
No, there's no guessing allowed. You just have to accept it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's it.
It was Rez.
What do we say? It was Rez?
Oh, yeah, I'm not saying whether that's won or lost, but it was Rez.
It was Rez. Yeah. Yeah.
I see what you did.
First report. Well played.
And it may have been a tie.
Guys,
that's good. Good. That is good.
This is the longest fucking stream I think has ever been on the Three
Can I just
Spurs,
clarify? When Kuva says it may have been a tie,
football?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, cool.
But when Kuva said it may have been a tie, is he talking about the game or the person he paid for to come around his house last night?
Okay. Yes, you may. Go ahead. Clarify, please.
Both.
Was it about the game or is it about the person you paid for to come around last night?
That's not clarifying. That's just saying the question.
That's the question.
I don't know the answer though.
I'll tell
What
you.
did you,
Oh,
where-
you
what
want
did
it
you say?
clarified to
What did you
you.
ask? Can I just
Oh.
clarify?
Yeah, sorry, can I clarify
think
who Kuba was talking about?
Can I get some clarity?
Oh, he needs
as
clarity.
to-
No,
Oh, okay. Oh,
It was
no.
about the
You
woman
can have,
because
you
she's
can have
still.
some. You can have some ghee.
I don't do grammar. I don't do
You
grammar.
want some ghee? Kuba just offered you some ghee, though.
Is
That
it
should
Bob's?
make up for it.
Is it Bob's gi?
It is.
I'll
He's
take
been
it.
No,
wearing it in a special area.
And Cuba
Can I have it canned
George
in a
figured
bun?
out. George
Can I have
figured
the
out
geek
our
canned
answers,
in a
Mr.
bun?
Kuba.
pineapple
With ketchup
Yeah.
with peaches.
and pineapple. Yeah.
Shit, George.
It
And-
was
and
all
a
about
little-
the woman.
I want a little bit of nutmeg on my burger.
That's fine.
You
Oh,
like
yeah.
nuts? Okay. Gentlemen, thank you very much. We appreciate you guys all joining us today. Very, very kind of you to take the time to join us. So let's go around.
People tuning in now are thinking, why are the top three called Mango? And why is it pineapple?
One guy's got a real name. Actually, I should change that, right?
That's right. Leave it.
Yeah.
Too late now.
Yeah.
Stel, what are you guys on next? What's going on with Tottenham Away?
Podcast tomorrow, and then believe it or not, I've been summoned to the We Are Tottenham TV studio to do a watch along with Simon, because whenever we're in the studio, shit goes down. So I've agreed. I'm going back. I'm coming back. There you go.
For the sporting game.
Yeah, I'm doing it with Simon, the guy that
Yeah,
smashes up the studio when we score goals.
Yeah, I saw. If you guys haven't watched the watch along for Leicester v Spurs,
Okay.
then the Bergwijn game, fucking amazing, man. Fucking amazing.
It's funny because we did that one, and then we went back a couple of weeks later, and it was the 3-2 away at Man City.
Yeah.
So we might, in fact, I'm changing my prediction. Spurs are going to win 3-2 in the 99th minute.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you've convinced me with that. We Are Tottenham
with
TV.
3-2
But
now.
yeah,
Yeah.
You do know that
Yeah.
you need to change your name to Bonnie K now, Bobby, don't you?
That is my alias after dark.
Bonnie K. That's what you look. That's your Saturday name.
Mate, what a name. Dark K. That's fucking sinister. That's a comic. Dark K versus Spider-Man.
No, Dark K is just a cereal that's really, really chocolatey.
Very, very chocolatey.
How about Darth K?
Yeah, Darth K works. Yeah.
What about KK? No. Sorry.
We're gonna go. Oh, no.
You reminded me of that clip Bob has on his show.
No. Coobs, what's or sorry, not Coobs. I know where you're at. What's going on with you, Reginald? What's going on Shelf Side on Thursday night?
With the sporting game going ahead, we will be doing a Thursday show, but, and this is the big but, I like big butts, and I cannot like the big but. My co-host, my partner in crime, has decided to fuck off for a couple of weeks because apparently he got married. I don't know these people. Yes, so there's going to be no Nick. So I may well be coming to a certain person on this panel to be my co-host, but I'm not sure who yet.
Oh, just the way we won't reveal the winner or loser.
Is it that chair in the top left?
I think it might be that chair.
That fucking chair
would
red?
probably speak the most sense. It would probably speak the most sense, I think.
Is he in a red chair?
Yes, he is.
What the shit is that?
Goes with his shirt, doesn't it?
This is wank chair.
This
is wank chair.
Yeah. He's wanked over it so much it's turned red.
Funny enough, can you put? It says there's an empty chair there, and it says "Man Go."
Yeah.
Just good bit of comedy there, still.
He's got trophies. Every time he finishes wanking, he looks over to his trophy.
Look what George
well
just
done.
put up there.
Well done.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. There we go. I'm wondering if you just leave that up until he comes back. No. Oh, there he goes. Yeah.
Now you need to change your name to Booby K.
Yeah, Booby K, yeah.
Motherfuckers.
Yes.
Motherfuckers.
So yeah, on Thursday at 7:30, it'll be myself with a specially selected co-host, which I will ask the individual in question at some point, probably on Thursday afternoon.
An hour
and
before the
then-
show.
an hour
when the stream starts, the phone starts ringing.
yeah.
An hour before when Bob says he can't do it.
Yeah.
It's not one, it's two, not one.
And then so we're going to be probably looking at the sporting game and picking up from where we left off because we had to cancel this Thursday's show for obvious reasons. And you will find us at Shelf Side Spurs Show for words on YouTube. We are on the quest for 1,000 subscribers, and we are up to 720 something. I think I'm just going to have a quick look.
Well, to be fair, you did cheat with the numbers recently, didn't you, by doing football content?
Yeah, we did. It is true. I mean, we sort of did push the envelope a little bit by actually doing football content, but we had a very, I thought that the transfer deadline special was a real triumph. You guys were on there. It was a great show. Yeah. We got our biggest audience that we've ever had. So, thank you to everyone who did come on, and thank you to everyone who watched. It was great. We're up to 738 subscribers, so 262 to go. When we break that fabled 1,000, we are going to be playing a very special version of Oh Yeah Chicken, basically. The object of which is basically to see just how smashed out of my mind I can get. So that's the forfeit for us getting to 1,000 subscribers. If you guys, anyone in the chat who hasn't visited before, do please come along, give us a like and a subscribe and watch. It's a bit like this show, a bit weird and wonderful. And we look forward to having you. Oh,
fantastic. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Bob, the long-awaited return of In the Wall, the only place to be on a Saturday night, sir. You are back this Saturday, unless something absolutely foolish happens in the world again. I take it, sir. So go ahead.
Yeah, man. 10:45. 3 weeks without In the Wall or any wankety wank. It's things have happened, and coming back this Saturday, plenty to talk about. I hope certainly some catching up to do, and congratulations on going the whole stream without saying the word cunt.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Well, we had enough people. We talked.
What a cunt.
Yeah, we talked about enough cunts as it was. We referred to Twitter as well. So it's fantastic. We did 3 hours and 23 minutes, and I'm very proud of you guys. That's just
Twitter is the rude version of the word cunt, basically. So I think we went.
I agree on Rez's analysis of cunt.
I don't understand why you guys claim cunt to be such a bad word. I thought they always say you are what you eat. On that note.
Very good.
Gentlemen, seriously, thank you very much. I appreciate you. 3.5 hours. Holy shit, man. What Koobs, man. Rez right here, right from the beginning. Bob joined us really quick there. Stel comes in, power play at the end there, man. Thank you very much, guys. Really, really appreciate you joining me. And it's been fucking fun, man. I didn't think I'd ever last 3 hours sitting in a stream, but this flew right by. So we will see you guys. No kidding. Yeah, this is the norm for you guys.
Stream, skip. It's all the same.
Yeah. Sitting here shifting side to side. So it's time to go enjoy my modern medication. But we will be back tomorrow. We have a little show here on Three Spurs Boys. It's actually a very late post, unfortunately, because unfortunately Big K was not too well this week, so we just did the record today. But it's just our friends over at Punjabi Spurs went over to the Marseille game, and a gentleman named Biggie was kind enough to make a few videos for us, show us the inside of the stadium, his walk to the stadium. So we put that all together and did a little post game.
Good lad,
they all are. Really, really lovely guys, and we put that together there. So hopefully you guys can enjoy that tomorrow, and then we'll be back next Sunday, Koobs, you and I, for another Kuv The Kang. And you got anything coming up this week, Koobs? That you made any commitments to any other shows for the week? Yeah. I know about Thursday and Saturday, but you got anything coming up?
No, of course not.
No.
Nothing planned. I'll just
last minute phone
just
calls,
a-
like always. Yeah.
Also, I like to think of myself as the mould of the community. I just turn up where you're not expecting me, but there I am behind the curtain somewhere.
Somebody's got to keep us together.
And it takes industrial strength work to get rid of you.
I think you can rephrase that. Like, I see myself as the mold.
Fuck off, Bryce. Sorry.
So, Kevin, did you say mold or mole?
Mole.
No, I'm just going to leave that as yes.
Yes.
I agree.
Oh shit. On that note,
Can I
gentlemen.
just clarify? No, sorry.
Yep. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Only with your key.
Are you ready to clarify, Bob?
Yeah, clarified.
Yep,
Clarified,
go ahead.
but
We sing in France, we sing in Spain, we sing in the sun and we sing in the rain. They try to stop us, but they did. The thing we love most is being a kid, being a kid, being a kid. The thing we love most is being a kid.
Come on, you Spurs!
Make sure to like and subscribe.